This is Channel 9 Sunday. AFL Premiership 2003 proudly brought to you by Carlton, brewed since 1864. And our telecast sponsors, the all-new Holden one-tonner. It's back. Chartered Accountants, CA Employ Our Thinking. Primus Telecom, delivering the real value of communication. Sky City Adelaide, the place to see footy on the big screen. Crazy John's for the best deals in mobile phones. Radio Rentals, South Australia's biggest electrical retailer. And Amy, lucky you're with Amy.
A battle for supremacy in a two-team city will this afternoon replace finals aspirations as September beckons. Adelaide and Port have waged war 13 times. And while the contests have been close, the Power have taken the last 6.
What a wonderful goal.
Live from Adelaide's Amy Stadium, it's the Power and the Crows in Showdown 14. This is 9 Sunday football.
Good afternoon to you from Amy Stadium in Adelaide. Round 22 clash for showdown number 14. It is war here at Amy Stadium when these two teams come together, Port Adelaide and the Adelaide Crows. It's like seeing two big rams just butt heads out in the field, Dwayne Russell.
Yes, Tony McGuinness, an ex-Crow, did say during the week that there is no other word for it. It is war. And Matthew Robbins said during the week that he can't remember much about any of his other home and away games of his career, but he knows exactly what he did and exactly what the result was in every showdown that he played in.
They just go at it, physically challenge each other. There's a lot of injuries come out of it. They make it hard and tough. One bloke who loves it that way was Gary Ayres, and he is just about ready, I believe, with James Brayshaw. He's with him now.
Well, Gary, has there been a bigger game for you in your time as coach of Adelaide?
Oh, well, probably right this moment, probably not, James. So, you know, today's a big challenge, and we just got to rise to the challenge, hopefully.
You've got them next week if you win.
Yeah, well, look, the guys have been really positive all week, and they know what's on the end of it. So we also knew what was on the end of it last week as well. But, look, I think they're obviously about trying to make sure that they redeem themselves for last week, and it's just got about being really competitive today.
Now, you don't need me to point out the fact you haven't won one of these for a couple of years, so no better time.
Well, I'd always like to think you're closer to a win with all those losses in the past.
Any tricks we're going to see today?
Oh, well, look, I don't think there's too many changes that need to be got, really. We might have a couple of subtle changes, and that'll be revealed in about 8 minutes.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks, James.
James Brayshaw, Gary Ayres there. They're in 6th position. 7th they'll go through with a loss. If Port Adelaide win today, this is what will happen, Dwayne.
Yes, Port Adelaide win. It's quite simple. They will play Sydney next week and the Swans will get the double chance. Collingwood will play Brisbane regardless. Fremantle, Essendon and Adelaide will get a home final against the West Coast Eagles. But if Adelaide win, the incentive is pretty big for them as well. Then they will get the double chance, finish 4th. They will play Port Adelaide next week and get a virtual home game. Brisbane will still play Collingwood at the G. But we'll also get another derby, Fremantle against the West Coast.
And let's have a look at the Port Adelaide Powers. They come onto the ground now. They won the last 6 showdowns by an average of 25 points as they make their way out onto the track.
Yes, and a little bit of anger there will be. There always is, because the stakes are so high, and Port Adelaide and the Adelaide Crows have an amazing history in these games, and a couple of men who've been part of it. Darryl Wakeland, who was collected by Mark Bickley getting 5 weeks for that clash last year, and Josh Carr. And Rashuto will renew acquaintances. They were the ones at the Ramsgate that went head-to-head, and they might go head-to-head again this afternoon.
They've got extra staff on, security and bartenders for tonight, that make no mistake about that. Chad Corns is a big loss to the Port Adelaide team. He is out. Roger James is also out. Kingsley in and Cockatoo Collins in. Warren Treadray in superb form. 14 marks, 5 goals last week. I really think this bloke is the #1 key forward in the competition as we enter the finals.
Yes, he will get named centre-half forward in this year's All-Australian team, no doubt. Mark Rasciuto and Mark Bickley, well, they don't come any tougher than Mark Rasciuto. We mentioned the fact that he had that little altercation with Josh Carr at the Ramsgate Hotel, and I think we might have Josh Carr following him again this afternoon. And Mark Bickley, what a great career he has had. He was the captain when they won the 2 flags. Mark Bickley, and Rasciuto, of course, is the captain now, and leadership has been one of the great qualities of this club.
Absolutely. 34 possessions last week. He's covered in a few tattoos along the back too, and I tell you what, he looks like a bikie. He put the wind up a few of the big heavy bikie gangs, I reckon, as well. He is that mean out on the ground. Chad Corns, as we said, is not playing today. He won't be out on the ground for Showdown 14, but we caught up with him to find out his thoughts on the big clash.
There is a bit of aggro during the games, and you know, most of the boys get along really well. I've got a couple of good mates at the Crows, so it's just on the field stuff, and after the game the boys get together and have a beer at the Ramsgate.
Come behind closed doors, exposing the last taboo, the sports hero who turned into a monster.
I need help.
And how Jamie Dury built his $1 million empire.
And I love it.
60 Minutes tonight. Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland, and James Garner, turning the final frontier into the wild frontier in the comedy adventure premiere. Space Cowboys, 8:30 tonight on 9.
Sunsilk Base Elements. Geez, you're a pretty boy.
Buy Sunsilk Base Elements for your chance to win tickets for you and 3 mates to the AFL Grand Final. SMS your name and last 6 digits of the barcode to this number. New Sunsilk Base Elements. It's for blokes.
$17,990 drive away for the 1.8-litre Kia Spectra. Fully appointed with air conditioning, 6-speaker CD and power windows. You'll be blown away for $17,990 drive away.
It only takes about half an hour to install a Puritap system in your kitchen. A Puritap system will give you pure, fresh, unlimited water from just $129 fully installed. Taste the Puritap difference. Call now, 8363 9800.
Get in the groove now.
$29,990 buys you 7 spacious seats in the Kia Carnival V6. But hurry, because at only $29,990, the Carnival V6 will leave town very fast.
Tonight on an all-new Blitz.
Hey mate, where are you?
Can Jamie find the team in time to give us Sydney's super dad the garden of his dreams?
So you've been sipping lattes while I've been working?
All-new Backyard Blitz tonight, followed by the series return of Location.
A South Australian institution returns to Channel 9. The SANFL's Night of Nights. Live and exclusive Tuesday, September 16, when the 2003 McGarry Medal comes home to Channel 9.
Showdown 14. The toss of the coin in the middle of the ground between Rasciuto and Treadray. Treadray wins the toss and will go to the left-hand side of the screen. The first win for Port Adelaide today in this massive match. Let's go down onto ground level now. James Brayshaw.
Thank you, Dermot. Beautiful day down here, windy, but conditions absolutely perfect. Match sold out. In fact, it was sold out about 6 months ago, so we're expecting about 50,000. Amazing how relaxed the coaches were. Just heard from Gary Ayres. We heard earlier from Choco Williams. He basically sat there for about 15 minutes. I sat there for 5 minutes with him, and he was as relaxed as I've ever seen a guy who's about to go to war. He's quite incredible. As you know, Dermot, no one speaks to me for 5 minutes, so that just shows you how relaxed he was. Back to you.
Thank you very much, James. And we're flat out getting 5 minutes out of us, getting to us with 5 minutes, James. During the day only series. Look, it is showdown. It is a massive game. It will be on for young and old, Dwayne. So we call in the big guns. Dennis Committee.
I'm looking around the room. Thank you, Derm. Self-effacing. James down on the boundary. Port in terrific form.
Nick Stevens, wonderful form once again this season. We'll be watching him throughout the first quarter, seeing how he goes about it. Hard power runner will work hard right from the first siren to the final. Hasn't re-signed it with the Port Adelaide Power, so probably just waiting to the end of this season. Dennis, he's just trying to up the ante, maybe.
Unlikely to do it in the next couple of hours, I'd suggest.
The king on screen. Darryl Wakeland played a lot of footy on him when he was at St Kilda as well.
Port Adelaide, as I mentioned, in terrific form. They've won their last 7 games, the last 6 showdowns. The umpires this afternoon, Coates, Rosebery and McLaren, and away we go. Showdown number 14. At Amy Stadium, and a good bounce to start proceedings. Brogan at the second attempt. Burton with the outside of the boot, charging in Beckley. Brogan taken down by Stengline. Held to him and a backhander. Brogan getting up. And suddenly, a little jousting. Tough job for the umpires this afternoon. Everybody on a short fuse, they know that coming in. After the bounce, Beckley upended. We'll get a free kick. Place to be is in and under. Umpires mic'd up this afternoon. So Beckley swings it out wide. Burton will need to go. Great courage. Knocked it away from Jew. Spills across to Massey. Rashudo carried forward. He's going to get the free kick. As we said. Or as I said. Pretty modest. The place to be in front and under.
Short pass off. It cut off. It is cut off by Peter Burgoyne. We're in the white boots this afternoon. To Jew also in the white. Long kick toward the wing. McLeod virtually the only one there. Howell bounce unkindly for him. Rashudo about to be crushed by Kane Collins. Cockatoo Collins. Great inclusion. Pickett on his own. Inside 50. Bounces in front. He can't collect it. Massey gets back in time. Pickett steals it back again, but the umpire has found a free, and a genuine, courageous effort will be rewarded. Chris Massey will get the ball from half-back for the Crows. 4 free kicks to nil. So far, so good for Adelaide. McGregor from half-back goes wide. Perry on the move. Punts the robot Bishop. Smart, half forward, runs the boundary line. Loops it to Carey. He gets a few boos. Hemmed in, gets around. About to send the Crows inside 50. Short pass. Johncock dives, can't mark. Gathered by Hardwick. Handball out. It's hot in the kitchen at the moment. And Peter Burgoyne is wrapped up by a murder of Crows. And we might get a ball up eventually.
That'll go. That will go. Silly stuff.
Swung out wide by Burgoyne. Kane draws. Hard against the boundary line.
You said swung out wide. Were you meaning Josh Carr out of the pack?
Both. Kick down towards half forward. Whistle. Interference off the ball. Going Adelaide's way.
You can understand this though, Dennis. I mean, we know it's going to be hot. We know it's going to be aggressive, and the umpires are going to be right onto it right from the word go. They have to get control of the game.
Stengline gets it from Edwards. Short of the wing. Nobody standing to mark. Plays on. Penetrating kick down towards half forward. Perry is the target. Up he goes. Couldn't hang on. Goes across the boundary line. That breeze, as James mentioned, very strong. Blowing to the outside of this ground, the far side. A lot of action will be out there in front of a sea of faces.
Some quarters this year we haven't seen 6 free kicks played for the entire 30 minutes. We've seen 6 in the first 3 minutes here. Schofield through traffic nicely. Stevens inside 50. The leads come. Riding back, hoping for a Schornberg. All knocked away from him well. Shirley did well, and then hands and knees McGregor. Shirley, Edwards, danger, no Goodwin. Takes the mark, and the Crows away through the corridor. McGregor, Stengline. Goodwin runs around for the 2 Collins. There goes with the long kick, high kick. Burton gets back, can't mark. Carr. Carey comes at him. Carey made it difficult. Wakeland. He slaps it out. Hip and shoulder by Carr. Burton was in there. Now Wakeland. Peter Burgoyne. Johncock through traffic. Does nicely. Perry to Carey. King likes it difficult. Can't kick this one though. Across the face. Wanganeen getting back. Rubberman's caught. Roger's got in. Umpire's ball.
Went the ground. That's what did him. I mean, it was so well done by Scotty Walsh. The thing that's done Wanganeen there is that without anybody else putting pressure on him, well, that's a bit of a misnomer there, but he's actually gone to ground and didn't get it away the first time. Yes, he got a little trip up there, which we didn't catch first time.
First goal of the afternoon for the Adelaide Crows.
Catch all the footy action on the big screen at Sky City Adelaide.
But Adelaide lead it, or rather Adelaide lead it by 6 points. Still debating whether in fact it was holding the ball down there. Wanganeen seemed to try and knock it out. Rucks go at it. Brogan came down hard. Carr, little kick to the side. Schofield, Wanganeen once more in the action, down towards half forward. Well done, McGregor. Right half-back plays on, or a shootout. Trouble to Shirley, though. Controlled it well on the wing. Kicks towards half-forward. Hangs a long time in the air. Paxman. Uncontested. Stevens. An early touch over the top. Brogan. A runner outside. Hardwick. What about Schofield? Man on the wing. Meters in the clear. Montgomery. It bounces out in that direction. Montgomery looks back towards the middle. Checks. Goes towards the 50. Treadwell around.
Started from the goal square then on that lead, Treadwell.
Wheels around, long kick towards the square. Burgoyne almost. Speaking. McGregor. The danger is past. Burton comes away.
Had a couple of golden opportunities, Port Adelaide. Haven't quite been able to finish them. Burton wide. Massey. The ex-Blue towards the ex-Kangaroo. Carey beats Wakeland this time. Gets the short pass away. Nice pass to Perry. Maybe beyond his range. It looks as if Port Adelaide are kicking with the breeze in this opening term.
He's actually taking Wakeland away from the goal square, Carey, and that's making him decidedly uncomfortable. He's turning him around a bit. He's already had 3 possessions, Wayne.
Ian Perry.
Kicked very well from this spot before the game started.
Goes with a long drop punt that does drift across with the breeze. Attempted mark on the line by Stengline. Stevens takes it out of play.
In practice, I was out there watching him before the game, and Ian Perry nailed from about 5 metres closer, so the extra distances hung it up there, swung away, but he was nailing all of them within about 5 metres. Glove is there. Just a query from Andrew Coates.
Yeah, just having a word. Nick Stevens averaging 25 possessions a game this season, up from 21 last season and 23 in 2001. Clark will get a free kick here, if I'm not mistaken. Well, the arm was over the shoulder as well. He's indicating shepherding. This is shepherding in close proximity.
You're facing away from the play. Just corralling him.
Facing away from play, corralling him.
Well, he didn't see the back arm, did he? Going on that explanation.
No, the one thing you'd have to say about that duel is that that was the kind of body movement you'd have to say it was from a bloke who realised he didn't have as much power or strength as the opposition. Now, why is this bloke got it?
No, it was against Wilson. John Cock.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. John Cock.
You were going so well, you guys. I didn't want to stop you.
It's a goal. Their second.
We need to grow.
I'm just not sure how to go about it.
All right, well, let's have a look at the options.
When it comes to business thinking, chartered accountants have the superior training and business experience to guide your business in the right direction.
How big do you want this to be?
How big?
Yeah.
Graham Johncock, goal. You can see why, top right-hand corner. Just pushing away from the play. Wilson on Johncock. And Johncock, an ex-Port Adelaide SANFL player who was in the lounge room of Peter Burgoyne when the Crows read out his name in the draft and said he was playing for them. And there is Peter Burgoyne. Tries to get the takeaway. Burton got the handball through traffic. Burgoyne again in the middle. Crunched, and the umpire says he hasn't got it. Adelaide's free. What is the free kick count? Because at the moment, we're on record pace, world record pace for free kicks. 8 so far in less than 7 minutes.
Here's Clark, who thought he had a free moments ago. Synchronised defending down there in the pocket. Out towards the wing, McGregor. Towards right half forward. Massey turns around. Gets the contest now. Montgomery's built the mark. Opportunity for Perry. 55 metres out. Difficult spot to go at goal from. Brogan takes the defensive mark and no doubt will go to the outer side. At least I would advise him to. Very much the defensive side of the ground. Yes, he does. Long kick. The good one too. Kane Corns. Meters in the clear.
Just as he holds this ball up, Wanganeen's picked up McLeod in the middle of the ground. As soon as that happened, Wanganeen's gone to full forward, taking Andy McLeod to the goal square at the opposite end of the ground. Way down in the direction this ball will travel is McLeod and Wanganeen in the goal square, which is a win of some small sorts for Port Adelaide.
Due across half back there. Crows have had a good start. They lead by 12. Kicks towards the wing. Twisted forward out there by Shirley. Taken by Pickett. Close to the boundary line. Feeds it back. Kane Corns. Sweeping hand pass. Burgoyne to Pickett. Pickett kicks towards the 50. Getting across on the angle to Shudo. Pocket to Collins. Fox on the 50. Centering kick. How will it bounce? Nicely for Montgomery. Arriving with speed by McLeod. Shut him down. Wonderful stuff. Comes away bouncing. Runs it up to right half back.
Goes with a long kick. First possession for McLeod. And it finds Tawney on the bounce. From the wing. Goes toward attacking 50 and Brogan getting back. Playing a good game so far.
Poor kick. He had Clark just loitering in behind Brogan, but directed it to an area where Brogan was able to make ground away from Clark. Just had to advantage his own team then and didn't.
Might get an assessment from James Brayshaw shortly on that breeze. Port Adelaide definitely kicking in the direction of the flags as Brogan goes to the outer side. Just a loping run with a bounce. Montgomery gets on the end of it. Drop punt wide. Schofield the target. Get away from Bickley. Port Adelaide playing the possession football here that they like to play, but if they turn it over, danger. Burns was there. Pickett stole it back again. Paxman caught by Burns. Good tackle. And we will get a bounce. Well played by Ronnie Burns as we go down to James Brayshaw.
Thanks, Dwayne. Flag's deceptive, actually. The wind's really going straight across the ground. I'm not sure there's much advantage to the left of screen. The other thing is the atmosphere. It's absolutely incredible. The noise, awesome.
Clark up, knocks it down. Burton steals it away then. Goodwin on the burst, runs to 50, sets it up. Carey leads back. There's a whistle, is there? Who's going to get the free this time? The defender, Wakeler.
Said it was a hold on him, gave him a little slap on the back of the neck when he did the 360 blind turn before the ball got there as well. Let's watch here, and watch for the right hand. He just cut short of it.
Paxman, after the kick out. As well as still Brogan taken down. Down 150. Brogan's been impressive so far.
3 marks, 4 kicks now, 4 possessions.
Stevens on the lead with his shadow.
They're really pressing them well, aren't they, Dennis? They're just, every time Port Adelaide go forward, they can't find a free man ahead, which they love playing that free, screaming football, but they're pressing man on man, the Crows.
Works half forward. Smart there, step to step with Treadway. McLeod did well with Shudo. Rather untidy. Toughed up. There's Massey. Pickett it goes to Cockatoo Collins, bounces off Smart, feeds it back towards a teammate Pickett. Pickett kicks it down, Pickett through.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry, 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
Port Adelaide on the board, Byron Pickett goal. They worked it well in the end. Finally, have registered a major. Ball up in the middle, Rashido. In contention for the Brownlow this year. So too Wanganeen in this game. And the votes in this game might be important. Carr out of the middle, rolls it inside 50. Well played by Montgomery. A bit of magic from Montgomery. Elizabeth Montgomery.
Bewitching. With Montgomery, when they ran the ball back out to the centre circle to bounce it, Montgomery was standing on the wing against Brett Burton. As soon as the umpire went to start walking in and bounce it, Montgomery ran to the forward side of the square, into his own forward line. Burton stayed there. Pickett came out and stood next to Burton, and that kept Burton on the wing, and Montgomery was free to run in there, and Massey didn't coordinate himself with the swap, so that's how Montgomery got into free space. Same will happen again. He'll line up on the wing here, and if he sees a Port Adelaide player sees the ball, he'll just run directly into their forward line.
Back in the middle, scores a level. Knocked down by Clark decisively. Stenglein kicks towards half forward, falling to the ground. John Cock set a task. Burgoyne, nicely worked. Wanganeen forward of half back up towards the wing, coming across on the angle. Burton knocked it away from Montgomery, gets it out of bounds. Suddenly the forward line looking more dangerous for Port. Cockatoo Collins setting up Pickett moments ago, and then Montgomery getting the goal after the Crows got the opening too. Boundary throw in down towards left half forward then. Brogan in front, almost a throw. Burgoyne finds it on the deck hurriedly. Montgomery again throws it off to Schofield. 55 metres out, goes for distance. The breeze catches it. It's good. And suddenly, a surge by Port.
With rear DVD screens, V8 power, and Holden's finest engineering. Caprice. Holden Caprice.
Took them a while to get started, Port Adelaide, but they have clicked into gear. Overdrive for the last 3 minutes. 3 goals in 3 minutes, they have the lead. Brogan up against Biglands now. Rashido tackled. He's like a bull that wants a china shop. He's always looking for one. And it would be just reward for him if he was to win this year's Brownlow. He has had a magnificent season and a superb career. Kick towards Welsh. Caught. Can't break free. And the umpire, Andrew Coates, well, you heard it, says my ball. Thanks, Welshie.
Still inside the centre square. 8.5 minutes till quarter time. Knocked forward by Massey. Chopped off by Hardwick, though. To Pickett. They've got a loose man once more. Corny is peeled off. As a result, over the top, Montgomery. All the time in the world. Well, he makes it hard for himself. Pulls it back. Plays Cockatoo Collins.
Had to go.
He did.
Had to go Tyson Edwards. Cockatoo Collins his man, but he had to charge him.
Cockatoo Collins then. Sharp angle. What do we do here? No one really near the umpire, although McLeod comes across. Cockatoo Collins walks around and misses, I think, everything. No bounds on the full.
Well, you'd have to say Tyson Edwards has been brilliant there. He's rolled the dice and thought, I have to at least pressure Montgomery, come out, and I'll leave Cockatoo Collins.
He did, and it's paid dividends.
It was a chain reaction, wasn't it? Tooley went first, then Edwards just peeling off. So out of defence, Shirley.
He's coming back at him.
Drops right on the 50. Prosciutto goes up and takes a good grab.
Definitely having troubles with Montgomery and Pickett. Now they're just interchanging in between forward 50 and the wing, and their opponents just aren't onto it.
Strength of hands to go with his strength of mind. Bigly! No mark brought down, though. Gee, that was an enormous sweep. Stolen in the end by Bode. Rolls it towards half-forward. Carey was there. Ball knocked by Paxman to Wilson. Back to Paxman. The old 1-2. Chip to half-back. Montgomery. Playing well at both ends. Then he fooled himself then. Got it around the corner towards Schofield. And he has an era to get there. Finally collects. Gets around John Cock. Chips the ball, and the mark taken on the wing by Byron Pickett.
Gee, they're controlling the game in the middle of the ground now, Port Adelaide.
Yes, they are now. Schofield, Brogan, and sharing it to Burgoyne. On the lead, Cockatoo Collins. And again by Edwards. Forbes went to ground. McLeod didn't. That was the difference. Edwards, smart, having a wonderful season. Running hard from half back. Goes out wide. Bode sweeps one to Goodwin. In space, one bounce, close to the boundary line. A second bounce, 75 metres out, pulls it back. It's 2-on-1. Carey won't get there. Well played, Wakeland. Brogan's taken the mark. The defensive side is the outer side. He goes there again. Bishop accelerates away. Carey walks after him. Bishop and Carey. The umpire Kasparov. There goes the kick beyond the rim. Missed by Jew. Now Massey. His confidence a little shaken. Stenglein. Prosciutto kicks beyond the wing. Just wide of the target, but Goodwin again has found space. Oh, a sense of deja vu. One bounce this time. Burns was down off the ball. Didn't see what happened. Brogan knocks it to Burns. Amazing. Turns around, snaps. Hits the post. I didn't see what put him down, but it worked out beautifully.
No, it was pretty average. It was just a little tap, and Ronnie thought, I'll make sure that the umpire sees this.
After.
And it actually worked for him, didn't it? Because he stayed away from the ball, and it got
just laid out
clear to him.
And put branches over himself.
This says taking it like the Whale Roberts.
Some grass clippings.
A very famous story about Whale Roberts, who hid under grass clippings around the tan in Melbourne once.
Don't laugh.
On a time
trial.
trial.
On my foot in the game. It's still no good.
Hello to the Whale.
Wakeland, Carr, and now Schofield. Stories will continue shortly. To Trevor. He's a story in himself. Fantastic season. Long kick to the goal square. One-on-one goal. Sean Burgoyne. The day Sean Burgoyne was played in Launceston by Coach Mark Williams, he said before the game, just have a look at this boy. He can play. Pick number 12 in the 99 draft, and he is starting to let everybody know.
He's got good body strength, hasn't he?
Yeah. That is a chance to be Port Adelaide's main goal-scoring target come the finals. He lines up, and Sean Burgoyne kicks goal number 36 for the season.
Fantastic. We're rolling now. Sophie, I've got the winner of the competition. There's his number. Oh, he's cute. Engaged.
Don't miss important calls when you're on the internet. Be online and use your phone at the same time. For frustration-free internet, join iPrimus Broadband.
Adelaide now on a roll. They lead it by 11 points. Sellout crowd, terrific atmosphere. Showdown 14. Rucks go at it again. Big ones this time. Stenglein had it, lost it. Goodwin couldn't control it. Comes out to Stevens, running hard. Well played, can't run it to him. Kicks inside the 50. Smart works in front. Fedway the first back. Gets by McLeod. Lines up on goal. Goes with the left peg. And misses.
See, they dried up in the middle in quick time. The Adelaide Crows came out breathing fire and really had a dip, but just found their range, Port Adelaide.
Edwards kicks into Massey. Working it out through Shirley, back to Massey again. Now what Massey wishes he did in the first place. Kicked it along to the wing. Big punch by Bishop out of play, and he'll get a ball in on the wing. 25 plays 13. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Port Adelaide, you can see by that stat, controlling the ball well around the ground. Bode steals it here and controls it with a bounce. Long kick, hoping for Burns has got two to beat Wilson, one of them, and the other was Wakeland peeling off. And they have the spare man at half-back lurking, Toby Thurstons. Can he get around Perry? He does. A little bit of arrogance from a man playing game number 10. Long kick, high kick, tread right direction kick. Ball punched away by Smart. Edwards, caught, double tackle. Umpire says, I'll have it again.
Protest.
25 plays 13, running the clock down to quarter time. Bounce about 25 metres out. Knocked forward by the Crows. Chopped off though by Bickley. Sends play back towards the outer side. Laddams controlled it reasonably well. Taken down by Kingsley. A late inclusion. The ball up.
Mentioned Toby Thurstons before. He's been on the list for some years now. And he's no spring chicken, Toby Thurstons. 23 years of age. Been there for about 4 or 5 years. Only played his first game this year, but seriously talented. They held on to him for all that injury period because he can play.
Bickley kicks it about 25 metres inside the centre square. McLeod with the run of it. Past the centre circle. In cruise control. Kicks inside the 50. Missed in front by Wakeland. He was put down by the King. Cycled off the ground by Wilson. It's coming back. There you go.
He's had a couple of times, Wayne, where he's had to compete against tag teaming, double teaming on him. And on this occasion, didn't really sling him, did he?
Schofield to Thurstons, forward of half back. Not much on. Comes back to the middle. Burgoyne on the lead. Good kick, good mark.
Dangerous kicking away because the ground was opened up. Had that punch knocked the ball from Burgoyne's grasp. Kick in the direction of his brother. Getting back was Edwards. Couldn't take the mark. Jew around the body, full forward. Smart. Now Byron. Slick Byron Pickett. Gets the kick away. Just got caught. Rolling ball. Peter Burgoyne. Very clever player. Outsmarted this time. Edwards. Ball from five. Comes straight back and Thurstons kicks it wide. Should have said see you later. Pushed it through for a behind.
That was the kick of the 10-gamer.
Yeah.
Trying to force his way into a finals too. Should have done better with that.
Just controlling the ball now, whereas the Crows were really pressuring Power when they were coming forward with the footing, going man on man, and there was no options for them. Since the 10-minute mark or so, they have just gobbled them up through the middle. Port Adelaide, uncontested marks. They've been on the end of 27 to the Crows 6.
Almost the mark there to Montgomery. Bode went down. Pickett got a hand pass away. Comes back to him from Schofield. Kicks it down towards full forward. Turns the defence around. Howell at bounce awkwardly. Oh, well played. Jew slapped it back towards the middle. Wanganeen had it. Put it down. Sucked it off the deck by Goodwin into dangerous territory. Edwards, though, in the road. Comes away. Long kick towards midfield. Crows lead in all directions to the football. Stengline had to wait. Well, how did he get the ball to Perry? It was a good tackle by Stevens. Perry taken down. Scruttons one across towards Massey. Bickley over the top. Now a chance. Biglands forward of the centre circle. Well, must have spotted Wakeland. Caught the corner of his eye. He looked in that direction. There's the look-away kick. Hardwick's got the football. John Cock is bearing down.
It's been good so far, Wakeland. Steady, solid. Could we get twins playing against each other on grand final day? Short pass by Schofield, good to Pickett back. Flank. Blade. Has it half-back, unaware there's only 20 seconds remaining. Calling for the long one now, and over the top, deep ball. Dane Corns, Brother Chad not playing. Late exclusion, and he goes to the goal square. Big leap over the top of Peter Burgoyne. Free kick to Port Adelaide.
Oh, just for timing. 5 seconds.
Well, Mark Bickley having a chat there, saying he didn't know, and he'll know shortly. Gavin Wanganeen Yeah, well, that tells a story. It was a jumper hill, although Peter Burgoyne would have given a free kick away in the other direction.
Matter of moments, wasn't it?
Had nothing to do with Bickley. He was in front of the pack. His angle was not good.
254th game for Gavin Wanganeen, former captain, and he lines up to thread this through and give Port Adelaide a handy break. Come the first break, it's Port's first goal from free kicks.
What a turnaround from halfway in the quarter there. As Gavin Wanganeen slams on Port Adelaide's 5th goal. That's the different angle there. I mean, there's number 1 free kick and then number 2 going in the opposite direction. But you go for the first one, jumper stretch on Gavin Wanganeen. And that just reasserts Port Adelaide's dominance they've had over the Crows over the last couple of years. They've won the last 6, Port Adelaide. Can they make it the 7th in a row? It's a 19-point lead to Port Adelaide, 5-2-32. The Adelaide Crows, 2-1-13.
It's been called the most important showdown yet. Tonight, all the colour and the action of Showdown 14, plus the all-important fallout from the final round. Who will your team play in the finals and where? Find out in National 9 News.
Families at breaking point.
There's a war going on.
It was sheer hell.
In a special event.
You're out the door. An absolutely disgrace.
Really, really hurts.
Finding a better way when Nissan presents A Current Affair with Ray Martin.
Ditch the chauffeur.
This is a typical day inside a typical Cash Converter store. It's plain to see that buying quality goods at Cash Converters is the smart, convenient alternative. You'll discover fantastic quality and top brands at unbelievable prices every day. And you shop with confidence at Cash Converters because you're covered by an up to 90-day replace, repair or refund warranty on almost everything. Convenient shopping and our excellent warranty. More good reasons why Cash Converters is a better way to sell and a great place to shop.
You want it, you pull it. You name it. With over 3,000 cars, you'll find it, you pull it, and you pay less at Lonsdale and Elizabeth. You better believe it. You want a door, you pull it and pay $49.50. You want mags, you pull it and pay $27.50 each. You take your own tools, you pull it, you carry it out, you save. You beauty. You pull it self-serve auto. You'll find them 7 days at Myer Road Lonsdale and Wammer Road Elizabeth. You pull it, you save, you betcha.
Myland Office Furniture has brand new lockable metal storage cupboards to secure your office valuables or lock up your poisons and tools in the garage. Adelaide's lowest price, just $199. Look up Myland Office Furniture and lock up.
Looks good, Jared.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Nobody loves chicken more than me. No, love is my chicken pizziola. Tender strips of chicken, spicy pepperoni, tangy marinara sauce topped with melted cheese.
Could you love anything more than this chicken?
Sunsilk Base Elements. Geez, you're a pretty boy.
Buy Sunsilk Base Elements for your chance to win tickets for you and 3 mates to the AFL Grand Final. SMS your name and last 6 digits of the barcode to this number. New Sunsilk Base Elements. It's for blokes.
Tuesday, mix 3 ingredients.
These people are doing everything in this kitchen but cook.
And you've got foul play.
It was an accident.
What? Can't take the heat?
See my face? This is me almost bleeding.
All new CSI. Then 9:30, the boss is being blackmailed. A dangerous game.
I want 70 grand.
You don't deserve a cent.
With no winners.
Change my mind.
A game that could destroy him.
I'll have a think about what I really need, and I'll get back to you.
CSI and Stingers, Tuesday on 9.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by the all-new Holden one-tonner, Sky City Adelaide and Radio Rentals.
Gary Ayres laying down the law as his team turned up a nice little break in the first quarter, laying down the law. No talking while Ayres is speaking. Port Adelaide 5-2-32. The Adelaide Crows 2-1-13. All single goal kickers. Byron Pickett most possessions on the ground. And a goal to his credit there, he leads. And Byron Pickett's had the ball 11 times on the half-forward flank. His direct opponent, Chris Massey, has had it 10 times. So one would hazard a guess that they're not playing all that close against each other. And also James Brayshaw mentioned how the breeze was going straight across the ground and favouring the side which the Port Adelaide Power were taking the ball in from. 46%, almost half of their entries inside forward 50 came from the side of the ground where the wind is pushing to. You try and get it over on the left-hand flank and pierce the 50 on that side. It'll carry longer. The kicks will be more, well, they'll go deeper into the 50 and you will score better. Let's go down to the bloke who told us all about that, James Brayshaw.
Actually just walked the ground, Dermot, to try and assess the breeze. Very swirly this side, and as you said, stronger heading to the left of screen on the other side. Peter Burgoyne, a bit of work on his hamstring. As far as Gary Ayres is concerned, he wants much more efficiency heading inside the 50, turning up too many of their delivery kicks into Wayne Carey and Ian Perry.
Keep your hair out of the wind, mate. Stay looking good. Inside 50s, it is the Port Adelaide Power. They went inside 13 times, the Crows on 12 occasions.
Wakeland winning that battle against Carey. 19-point lead to Port Adelaide as we start this second term. Players finding their positions for the bounce, which is a perfect one. Clark and Brogan. Clark goes in, good second effort. Rashudo sidesteps trouble, gives to Edwards, runs to 60. Long kick, floating long with the breeze. Welsh was there, trying to claim the mark, tackled on the goal line.
Hit the ground.
Hit the ground, you heard it yourself. Brett Rosebery, the umpire.
Andy McLeod still languishing, not languishing, but being played as a half-back flanker for the first quarter, the entirety of the first quarter.
Give us some room. Oh, there.
Give us some room. And starting the second quarter as a half-back flanker once again.
You would think Port Adelaide would have someone up to try and knock this through. John Cock, he was held by Hardwick.
Not much of a retardation.
No.
Make your own mind up about that.
But he was fairly close, Brett Rosebery.
8 free kicks to 4 now, Adelaide's favour. And Graham Johncock, 27 goals, 15 this year.
Win to work for him here, Dwayne.
Accurate strike rate. He sends it high. The goal umpire did not move.
When did you last stop and think about your home insurance? Does yours compare with Amy? Amy saves you up to 45% off our home insurance base rate when your car is insured with us. And we provide temporary accommodation at no extra cost if your home is unlivable during repairs. We even offer a further discount on our base rate if you're over 50. You can expect more from Amy. Switch now.
Lucky you're with Amy.
So 4 goals from free kicks in this one. The umpire's very touchy. Comes back in the middle, handy goal. They needed that. Clark to stem line, kicks inside the 50, bounces beyond. Coming up the ground, a chance now for Burns. Pushes off Paxman, back to his own goal, hits it around the corner. Must have been touched. Either that or not 15. Welsh made a decision anyway and slapped it back towards support, but wide, out of bounds.
Oh, idea was good, wasn't it? Just overcooked it. Uncontested marks up on the top of your screen there, 32-6. That's the strength of Port Adelaide. They just possess the ball through the midfield.
Amazing. Tossed in. Clark is doing well. Backhands it down. Stevens went down. Did he have the footy? No. He's going to get a free kick. And Stevens held without it.
Bulldog Brow would have been happy with that slam.
He would have followed up, though, with a metal chair. Stevens in the back pocket.
Might be the only way they beat Port. The way they go and come off the turnbuckle.
Now, this is what the Crows can do well. Just seize it up and go man on man. John Cock peeled off too early.
Brogan around the ground has been good.
Yeah,
in the air, Clark has been better.
Paxman will work free here in a second.
Stevens runs it out. Paxman points to Hardwick. The kick went in that direction. Not the best kick in the world. Now Paxman's got it. Into Mines. He's at right half back. Kicks it up towards the wing. Treadway hasn't seen a lot of it. Double teamed again. Picked up by Clark. Gets a hand pass away to Rashudo. Give it a good one. Kicks inside the 50 Lavins. Not beyond him here. Sheltered by the stand. Good kick from about 48 metres out.
This is that one where you talked about during the break. From this side, as we look at the blokes in the goal square, all pointing to Laddams. Go for it, go for it. They're going to get extra carry down there, one would imagine, from this side, James Brayshaw.
Yeah, but you've got the new Amy Stadium stand down there, Dermot, so you're right. He will get the journey, and it might just work from right to left.
Pretty tough for him. Oh, he did, actually. He got to bow back, but out of bounds on the full. Normally, a big hook foot with that left foot.
Ball about to be brought back in by Michael Wilson.
This is great.
If he gets it.
Look at this. See how they congregate in the centre there. They leave room to the boundary because that's the safety kick zone, and they know that, well, if you run there, it's going to be packed footy. So you've got to leave it open so you can lead out to the boundary line and hopefully get there first.
Full house, bright sunshine, and they might even meet again next week, these two teams, as Clark flies high, can't bring the mark down. Wakeland tries to lay the tackle, doesn't do it successfully on Perry. Rusciuto inside 50. John Cock, ball floats over his head, gets it, goes for goal, and he rolls it through. Pure genius. He's got 3.
Week after week, I go into the streets and meet all sorts of very interesting people. If aliens were looking for intelligent life forms, they'd be very disappointed. Yep, I mean a lot of crazy fans.
But now I'm proud to tell you I've become a true Crazy fan myself. And why not? Crazy Johns are the best mobile phone retailers in the country because everyone knows they give the best deals. Crazy Johns are #1 for mobile phones. Call 13 22 99.
Crazy Johns, we love you, mate!
John Cox so lively on the forward line, and the Crows starting their second term as they did the first. With the opening 2 goals, Rashudo was lifted. His best kick. But John Cock in the right spot. Wanganeen lunging. Not in time. The gap has narrowed. 32-25. Early going second term. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Brogan goes up. Knocked it down. Burton went after it. Corns a little poke forward. Thurston's went down. Schofield comes away. A little path now of Stevens, about 60 metres out around the corner. Clever kick. And I think Rashudo relished that. Carr was waiting. Rashudo was coming back.
We might get a replay later tonight if history repeats itself.
Full credit to both players.
I think he would have preferred to get a bit more wood on it there, Rude.
Here's Carr then, trying to work it back left to right.
Savage bend at that end, isn't there? Just as they get on the death.
Exposed to the breeze, whipping in across the ground, forcing everything left.
Nigel Smart without one of his mates at fullback. Hart not playing. Long kick. Clark flies. Can't mark it. All caught in the middle of the pack, and can they get it out? Umpire gives them time, and they will have a ball up. Matthew Clark playing game number 200 this afternoon. It's been a grand career for Matthew Clark, who was up in Brisbane and first year didn't think he'd make it, so he came back home to South Australia, and they came back and got him and said, "You've got the goods, fella. Come back and play." Quickly. Rashudo crunch. Didn't Byron Pickett enjoy that? Carr gathers the crumb, goes toward Treadray, good use of the body. Ball was within 5 metres, wheels around on the left foot, sends it long to the goal square, diving Shirley, coming in hard. Kane Corns, and the umpire will be forced to sort it out. with a bounce.
See how good is the body of... Oh, this is the big hit by Byron Pickett. Just good, strong tackle there. How strong was Treadrow to stand up, absorb the punishment?
Ball knocked out of play. Boundary umpire will do his level best to get it away from there.
I wonder if the wind will affect this boundary line throwing. It might end up at 50. Could well do.
Tossed in then. Ruckman lock up. Bickley knocks it out. Good one. Rashudo sold into trouble. Hand pass is just outside. The 50. Stevens was slick. Burgoyne found a gap. Goes to Jew. This will be the acid test now of this breeze. He might cut a path through it. Umpire sets the mark then. 33-25. Adelaide coming back strongly to start the second term.
Want more mobility up in the forward line. Bishop comes off. Thurstons goes to the back line, and Cockatoo Collins to the forward line for Port Adelaide.
Right-hand goalpost required. No, always started on the wrong line. Another behind. Increases the lead. It's to 9. At quarter time it was 19.
Edwards about to bring the ball back into play. Back pocket. Andrew McLeod, who's spent much of this afternoon in the back pocket.
Just a hazard a guess at every minute of the game. That's danger.
Ooh, Bickley, and he got one on the ear. 50. Well, the interesting thing is, was it as he marked it or after?
Well after.
Especially in slow motion.
The head rocks to the side a bit.
Yep.
What have they got against Bickley?
Well, there's a bloke playing fullback at the other end that might tell you a story.
Exactly.
That's all it deserves, though. 50 metres. That's the end of that. Just a nice little friendly reminder.
And the back pocket's the place to do it. Brogan flies high. Rashudo through traffic hard. Clark got the handball up.
Oh, they're on.
Laddams wide, head high and towards Carey. One grab, two. Just showing Wakeland the ball.
Strange decision there. I just thought that Carey might have tried to shepherd the back of Graham Johncock because he had no idea who was close to him, whether the pressure from Wakeland was going to get to him. And so that renders Johncock useless at the front virtually. It's too close to pick up the crumb on a big spoiler.
Has kicked 27 goals this year, Wayne Carey, which is 27 more than last year. And he drives this through the middle, and he's heading home next week. He's heading home to the finals.
Catch all the footy action on the big screen at Sky City Adelaide.
The first mark for Carey, took 11 marks for the Kangaroos against Port in the 99 qualifying final and booted 6 goals that day. Margin 3 points now. Clark up high to Bickley, dragged down, got the boot to ball low, inside the 50. Carey the fumble, left it behind, diving in Laddams, arriving quickly Carr, Cockatoo Collins, pops it out wide. Schofield needs to be careful, spikes it up towards the wing. Taken again by Bickley. Clever, Shirley, run down. Sting line was Rashudo, very busy in this term, unloads. Down towards the kick-off line, wanders to the pocket. Carey leads back in the race. Out of bounds. 34-31. Rashudo. 12 possessions now. 6 in this term. Not halfway through. Inside the pack, Wakeland. Found a path, kicks it to the outer side. Missed by Edwards, recovered well. 60 metres from goal to Burton, steps inside the 50. Question of accuracy. It's a goal. Closing try.
Well, it's pure hard work, isn't it? They don't have the fluency of moving the ball from one end to the other as well as Port Adelaide do, but it is just grunt hard footy they're playing, the Crows now, finding it around the contest. Once the ball breaks into free space, though, Port Adelaide have the upper hand. But like that, chopping it off, physical work, tackling, Brett Burton. And that's a bend on the breeze there. Nick Stevens come off the ground, and within seconds, Tyson Stenglein comes off. He's his target, so we'll watch check with James Brayshaw. Is he off for any reason? Is he injured or anything, James?
No,
Nick
just
Stevens?
rotating the tag with Tawny.
Kicked 51 goals last year, Burton, to lead the Crows at goal kicking. And he has them in front with his first this afternoon. Wanganeen to Thurston's kick, half smothered. Wanganeen needs to do some work here. Perry over the ball, caught by Carr. Umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt.
He's fortunate.
Given a little elbow out in the meantime. This broken is in the hands of trainers. Oh, Matthew Clark.
That's going to hurt.
Free kick to Port Adelaide, and the free kick count continues to tick over.
5-8 in favour of the Crows now. 3 down.
Josh Carr taking plenty of time to sort this out. Missed the first couple of games this year after altercation with Peter Bell during the pre-season comp. High to the outer side, off hands. Shirley, Rashuto, having a lot of it. Carr was there with Perry, and the ball out of play in front of the pair. Get a ball in on the wing.
Picked up the possession count now, Mark Rashuto. He's up to 14. Byron Pickett hasn't had one since quarter time. He was the leader with 11. As we look at the head height.
Clark knocked it down. Kingsley picked it up. Put it up the hand pass. Now releases. Schofield through midfield. Penetrating kick inside the 50. They all fall down. Smart leads back. Treadway, it hasn't been a factor with strength that time. Gets a hand pass away. Burgoyne deep in the pocket. Gets away from Shirley. Steps around Smart. Oh, wonderful. Kingsley lines up from 30. A change at the lead.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry. 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
Kingsley played 72 reserves games without a senior gamer at Essendon. Made a name for himself here at Port Adelaide under one of the old Essendon coaches, Mark Williams. Ball towards Gavin Wanganeen from the wing. Long inside 50 and high inside 50, and Burton gets back and takes the mark. And Burton's got a little bit of history against Port as well. After some evidence at the tribunal, a few Port people didn't enjoy hearing. Massey wide. Takes the mark on the half-back flank. Chips it over the top towards Perry. Gets there. Can't half volley it. Port Adelaide have Peter Burgoyne lurking. Gathers. Can't get through Massey. He took him on. And got caught.
Damien Oliver wouldn't have tried that. Amazing. No gap there. But if there was one, it closed very quickly. Here's Perry across half-back. McGregor inside the centre square then. He's away. As you can see, metres in the clear, looks inside the 50, terrible kick though. Carey comes to the bouncing football, controls it reasonably well, runs away from the 50, a good one, untidy hand pass, effective though. Edwards lines up on goal, misses comprehensively. Good mark taken in front by Wanganeen.
Well, they've seized them up. That's why they're enjoying a good quarter here. The Crows, first quarter, 36 marks to the power. They've only taken 4 in this second quarter. We've already had 10.5 minutes of play time, real time.
And again, a delay. Wanganeen eventually. High ball towards the outer side. Paxman, a chest mark. Well done. Eyes only for the football, showed the judgment. No easy thing today with that ball coming on the breeze. The last 15 metres or so of its trip, it comes very quickly.
You would imagine or hazard a guess that The Adelaide Crows after half-time have a step-up gear as well if McLeod moves into the centre and becomes a dominant on-baller. That's a scrubber.
Took the breeze out of it.
Worked well, though, the Thurston's to Wanganeen. Runs through half-back with some speed. Hits to Kane Corns. Takes them up. Blips it over the top. Well played. Peter Burgoyne. Speak of speed. Little fumble. Gets around Mashudo. Wants a pass. Tretre lurking. Got him.
Judgment in the air isn't Andy McLeod's long serve. And Kane Corns is able to take that one over his head. And that's where it normally breaks down in that situation. He just never gets to compete again, McLeod, and the ball finds itself to half forward with Burgoyne's run. Big Warren on the end of it.
52 goals to lead Port Adelaide's goal kicking this year so far. Kicked 49 last year and finished second in their goal kicking behind Stuart Dew, who kicked 51. Port Adelaide man through and through. Father and brother still work on the walk down the Port. And there is the angle that confronts him. He brings it back.
One would imagine that by the time he's finished his career, Warren Treadgrave, with the value he'll be to footy, he'll buy the war.
There's Bode. Heavy umpire. Bode. It's a good one. Out of the back pocket, sends play up towards the wing. In front, McGregor. Out of the top, pocket to Collins, lurking behind Smart. Gets away, Smart. Penetrating kick down towards left half forward. Carey. Fisted away, Wakeland. John Cock has been lively. Gets the hand pass to Bode into Mines. Bought himself some time to Perry, arriving quickly. And in little humour out there with Grogan, took him down. Judd out to Bode, slips it away. Tyson Edwards, 35 metres up, kicks the goal.
So long, mate. You've been bloody good to me. But it's time to move on.
The only thing better than an old Holden one-tonner is the new Holden one-tonner. The Holden one-tonner. It's back.
Crows back in front. 20 minutes played. Second term. Bounce. Bigland's knocked down. Kingsley does well with the handle around a half forward laid. Lopes. Stevens, good option. Straight down the centre and misses. Unforgivable.
Too much time to think. Always on the wrong line. Of course, the crossing breeze affects the drop of the ball down to the boot as well. And I think that's what happened there. Kick in, point the difference, pick it up, knocks it down. Stevens anxious to make amends, tied up by Massey. A little work in close, I think you'd say. The bounce on the 50. Now Stevens wants equal time.
Giving Stevens a little taste of the turf.
There's the bounce right on the 50 then. Burton runs in, wins it too. Taken by Goodwin, upended as he kicked up towards the wing. Went off the line of the ball there. Hard work by Adams. Getting back is Burgoyne. Slips the hand pass away. Wade stood up in a tackle. Back to Burgoyne. Duck, was he taken high? No. Was he holding the ball? No. Down goes Burton. A massive humanity there. We've got a bounce down towards left half forward.
Oh, Andrew Coates there just had to make the decision, didn't you? Well, if he did duck, you've got to ping him for holding the ball.
Lade tapped it down. Biglands directs it across though. Edwards kicks inside the 50. Bounces in front of Burns. Wilson leads in the race initially. Welch put the body in. And to straddle that was Burns coming away and clearing the zone. Paxman. Montgomery the fumble at the 50. Presented with a problem. Hasn't always been convincing. Back to Paxman.
A couple of Port Adelaide best and fairest combining there. Paxman, Montgomery and Wanganeen. Bad kick. Good kick. Kingsley made it look perfect. Spearing pass. McLeod, half forward. You said marking on his forte. Dermott,
only thing he's not good at.
Over the top, the sting line, and now Goodwin from the wing. Carey's free. He can play on, send it inside 50. He chips it. Biglands.
You have a look at it now. The Crows just have to seize up this game. Look, if you run into space and you accept the ball, no problem. Just do it. That's the way we play footy. But the slower they make this game, the scrappier they make it, the better chance the Crows have of winning. As we've said, Port Adelaide, a beautiful link-running type team. Like ball-up clearances. This quarter, Adelaide have cleared the ball 9 times from the stoppages for the match, in fact, and Port Adelaide once. So once it gets to those static zones, they're much, much better off.
Biglands has only kicked 6 goals this year, and that is why we'll go down to James Brayshaw.
Thanks to Wayne. Byron Pickett sitting it out for the moment. Looks a little proppy, right knee. He's now on the exercise bike after having a long discussion with the medical staff.
Crows by 2 points. Thanks for bring it in.
All rugged up down there, James. It's a nice day, but he's rugged up.
Paxman to a 2-on-1. Montgomery in from his side. Wilson couldn't hang on. Bode snaps it back towards full forward, but Paxman gets another chance. I've got to say the breeze doesn't suit a team like Port Adelaide, and as much as it makes the game very predictable.
Possession team, aren't they? And they rely on hitting targets by foot with short type chipping. And once you've got to extend that out to a 35-40 metre kick, the breeze gets a hold of your game.
Thurston's in from the side, almost the mark 2. Wakeland moved at about 5 metres, trapped by Smart. In goes Wilson. Smart was taken high, was he? He's going to get the free kick. Nigel Smart, the veteran. I told you he was getting old. If you didn't see what happened, he was going back and the slightest detached and fell over. Looking for 50.
He's giving the handle because he wants it back.
Edwards, 60 metres from goal.
That's a long launch of the ball. Paxman getting back. The fly by Rashudo. Carey. Danger here. Boundary line. Well, that's about where he was when he kicked that goal. But he's out of bounds and we'll get a ball in this time. 25 minutes played, second term. Very enjoyable game to watch so far. Biglands. And Lade, well, he was half grabbed and then took it out of the air, and Brendan Lade will dish off the handball to Kingsley. Once again, they're caught, hemmed in, Port Adelaide. Danger here. They might run it through for a behind, they do. The Crow fans enjoyed that.
And Brett Biglands just gave the golf ball to Hardwick there as he's forced him through.
That was the point I was making, though. If you come this side of the ground, you're really taking a risk, aren't you, with that crossing breeze, because you can kick them from about 60. They know they've got to go to the other side of the ground. So predictable. They like to use it all. Kicking from Stevens. Does it get there in time? Good mark. Under real pressure, Wanganeen. Bode was bearing down. Mark Williams
coming up for his 10th possession.
Wanganeen out wide. Burgoyne ambling around the outer side. A couple of bounces. 2.5 minutes till half-time. Kicks it up towards half-court. Treadray with strength. Can't keep it in, though. It'll be thrown in with the Crows up by 3 points.
Blade still doing some ruck work at the moment. Port Adelaide. Perry coming down to do it with him because neither of the two main Crow ruckmen were there. Cockatoo Collins handled too slick in the end for Peter Burgoyne. He was crunched to Cocky. Burgoyne didn't like it. And we've got a little bit of a wrestle. Emotions haven't got themselves out of control so far in this game. Peter Burgoyne dishes off finally. Thurston's wobbly, difficult kick to mark inside 50 in McLeod. If anyone can read it, he can. Shirley got on the end of Tawny's handball. Now the 1-2, chipping it around the sting line. Into trouble now. He's caught, and that's holding the ball.
If ever you'd see the classic case of over-possessing the ball, as we look at Cockatoo Collins on screen, over-possession of the ball. It's a big bang on him there, too.
Due to Peter Burgoyne, kicks in Treadray's direction, it won't get there. Breeze held it up. McGregor to Smart. Inside, 2 minutes to the main break. Smart has Carey wide, a long way from where he'd like to be. He might bounce all the way there anyway. From half-back, a couple of bounces, stops, chips. Oh. And then the Cyclops. Laddams takes the mark on the line.
The shooter's gone to full forward for a rest.
Thurston's touch ball around the corner, careless. Carey claims the mark. It was a half volley. Hand passes away to Massey. Massey 75 metres out, goes on the breeze. Going back down there, Burton in trouble to Bode. On a tight angle, deep in the pocket. Goes with the right boot. Wonderful kick.
Fantastic. They're rolling now. Sophie, I've got the winner of the competition. There's his number. Oh, he's cute. Oh, it's engaged.
Don't miss important calls when you're on the internet. Be online and use your phone at the same time. For frustration-free internet, join iPrimus Broadband.
Matthew Bode's first goal for the afternoon against his old club. And the break for Adelaide now, a handy 9 points. Knew where they were.
James Brayshaw, Byron's up and running around down there now.
Looking better, still not 100% Dermot, I don't think.
Lade sends them inside 50. Port Adelaide hoping for a late reply. Free kick given away, play on to advantage. Smart. Maybe the Crows, another one. Toward the wing. Hardwick. Just takes Laddams out of the contest there. Goes back hard. Carey and Hardwick, two hard men. Wakeland. All the way back. Inside defensive 50 and Brogan takes the mark. And they wouldn't want to turn it over now. Wanganeen. That's the mark at half-back. Stop biting your fingernails, Dennis.
Nervy stuff, and the big fella goes for the delicate short pass. Wanganeen to Thurston's. Brogan wants it back on the outer side half-back flank. You can see him in the distance. Thurston's makes a wise decision. Although, we're down to 3 seconds. The siren will sound. Half-time. There it is.
It's good though, isn't it? I mean, he's no youngster. He's 23, but inexperienced, yet he's had the presence of mind to hang on to the ball, not give it up easily, and does the right thing by his team. Paxman on screen there, playing at fullback once again today. Port Adelaide 6-6-42 to Adelaide 8-3-51. Holton half-time. It is after the break, and it is a 9-point lead to the Adelaide.
This news break is brought to you by the bank that will approve your loan before you buy a home.
Good afternoon. The level crossing at Park Terrace, Salisbury will remain open after a trial on its safety. The government will spend $1.5 million upgrading the crossing, which was the scene of a tragic accident in October 2002. 4 people died and 26 were injured when the GAN collided with a car and a bus. And police are hunting a man who robbed a service station on the Salisbury Highway this morning. The offender threatened staff with a knife before escaping with cash on foot. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Families at breaking point.
There's a war going on.
It was sheer hell.
In a special event.
You're out the door. An absolutely disgrace.
Really, really hurt.
Finding a better way when Nissan presents A Current Affair with Ray Martin.
Move your mind. Air Combat Collection is a magazine and scale model series of the world's great fighting aircraft. Each 100 scale medal replica comes complete. The magazine provides full specs and in-depth histories of all the aircraft. Air Combat Collection, out now.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry. 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
Catch all the footy action on the big screen at Sky City Adelaide.
Get in the groove now.
Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones. Spates Cowboys premieres tonight.
Hold.
Screen do.
Absolutely, and we all expected it. We've heard about the Hotel Biffo after the games in the past, but it opened up, and it was on for young and old. They really did just lead with a few jabs.
They don't like each other, but they feel obliged to do this too. It is a showdown after all, just like a Western Derby.
And look, there was a lot of umpiring decisions made to get control of the game. I think the umpiring's been fantastic. They really have controlled the game for something which at any moment, you see the boys on screen, it could get out of control at any moment, but they've done well.
The same old faces, they are known to the umpires, as we would say in civilian life.
Like the movie said, the usual suspects.
Exactly.
Let's have a look at the way they went about their goal scoring in the first half. Port Adelaide had 6 to kick off.
That's right. Byron Pickett was busy, making something there, combining with Cockatoo Collins, bouncing off Smart, and Pickett decides to kick it himself.
Good goal for Port Adelaide, that one, because most of their goals come through free play, where they just run the ball forward, they get into space, they love possessing the ball, they do run super hard, and Montgomery was a handful off the wing, lined up on the wing, but almost throw that one too by Brogan.
It was interesting, wasn't it?
Every time he just runs forward, once again, just ran forward of play, did a tag team change with Byron Pickett, who goes up to the wing and picks up Montgomery's man, and he created all manner of problems in the first quarter.
Burgoyne with strength here. Just terrific. Sean Burgoyne, body to body with Shirley and did him. And the goals were flowing after the Crows got the opening too. Suddenly, what, 6 on end or 5 on end.
Yep, and then they chip into the centre with this one, and Adam Kingsley, who was against Goodwin through the middle of the ground, just strolled forward. Goodwin pressing forward even a little bit further than that, just trying to give some coverage for his teammates, but it left Kingsley cost a goal. Let's have a look at Gum.
I was just going to say, I think the key for the Crows in the second term was their patience. Suddenly they weren't rushing things, and Rashudo, didn't he set the tone early in that second quarter?
Oh, he was fantastic. He ended up with 14, 15 possessions to half-time and did not have a touch of the ball in the last 15 minutes of the second quarter. Racked them up real early, but that put the Crows back on the board, and they got their the lead back.
You can just see Laddams there assessing things, no inclination to move it on quickly. Picked the right option. The right option was Carey on that occasion. And again, hesitating, and this is a wonderful goal. Setting it out to the left, the Bruce grabs it and just pulls it back.
It comes back on the breeze. It is a 9-point lead here to the Adelaide Crows in Showdown 14. It is the Holden half-time. We'll be back with a feature on the other side of former Brownlow medalist Gavin Wanganeen.
It's better than winning the lottery. All new friends for the rest of the season.
I want my share of the I want my tickets too. I want mine too.
You can share it with your friends, unlike the lottery.
There was no way I was going to jump this.
All new friends in Malcolm Monday on 9.
Here's a typical day inside a Cash Converter store. Fantastic quality, the best brands, unbelievable prices, and an up to 90-day replace, repair or refund warranty on almost everything. Cash Converters, a better way to sell and a great place to shop.
Too many late nights? Nivea for Men Revitalizing Cream Q10 revitalizes tired, dehydrated skin, so you stay looking good.
I don't know why you do that to yourself.
Revitalizing Cream Q10 for men who dare to care.
Yeah, I bought a car from Jarvis before I was involved with the company, and it was just easy, really. That was it. You know, I haven't got a lot of time, so convenience is very important. One of the things I like best about Jarvis is the fact that they just make it so hassle-free. Everything they do is very professional, and integrity is very important. And I don't think that you would want to, as a high-profile person, put your name to something that you don't believe in and you don't think that is of the highest order.
Week after week, I go into the streets and meet all sorts of very interesting people. If aliens were looking for intelligent life forms, they'd be very disappointed. Yep, I mean a lot of crazy fans.
But now I'm proud to tell you I've become a true crazy fan myself. And why not? Crazy Johns are the best mobile phone retailers in the country because everyone knows they give the best deals. Crazy Johns are #1 for mobile phones. Call 13 22 99.
Crazy Johns, we love you, mate.
Looks good, Jared.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Nobody loves chicken more than me.
No, love is my chicken picciola. Tender strips of chicken, spicy pepperoni, tangy marinara sauce topped with melted cheese.
Could you love anything more than this chicken?
It's the biggest menswear clearance this year. Ron Bennett end of financial year stock take clearance. Suits by Boss, Cavalli, Morelli and Studio Italia reduced to clear. Shirts and casual wear up to 60% off. Don't miss it.
A man's got to do.
You had a vasectomy.
Yes, I did. What a man should have done.
You didn't do it.
And they don't always get it on the first chop either.
All new Malcolm following friends, 8 o'clock Monday on 9.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Amy, Primus Telecom and Crazy Johns.
That is the city of Adelaide, the view from Amy Stadium. Here at Amy Stadium, it is the Crows by 9 points. Well, a decade ago, a humble 20-year-old bomber collected a Brownlow medal. A few days later, he played in a premiership team. Gavin Wanganeen won those 2 awards in the 1 year a decade ago. Well, he's in career best form now, and some suggest he's even a big chance to pick up a second Brownlow medalist. Anne-Marie Sparkman went out to his home and caught up with the man they know as the Rubber Man.
Wanganeen, brilliantly done to his own advantage, looks towards the middle, now decides to go goalward and threads it. Wonderful class.
It is a real turn on to see someone with that great amount of natural ability. You know, there's only been 3 or 4 players that have really, you know, having been in the game for a long time, that really excite me, and he's one of them.
What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, well, I hope it turns you on the right way. But,
Gavin Wanganeen is a coach's fantasy. In '93, he won the Brownlow and was part of the Baby Bombers premiership, breaking Kevin Sheedy's heart in '96 when he left Essendon and returned home to Adelaide. Gavin, the one thing that marks you is always been that you're very humble and very modest. But this year, a lot of people are saying there's a very big possibility you could win a second Brownlow after a decade. What's your response to that?
Oh, look, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. But, look, yeah, you hear the talk around the traps that might be a chance. But, yeah, I don't think so. But wait and see how we go.
From the ground, Wanganeen should convert, and he does.
Definitely my best season without doubt. And I guess because the side's playing well, that really does help. Chucko's been able to get me up the ground a little bit more, which has been great. Occasionally up onto the wing, more at half back, which I've enjoyed.
Look, he provides great flexibility. He plays any position that you really need, and I haven't seen him play ruck yet, but I've still got a couple of games to go.
Teammate Warren Treadray is also in the top 10 Brownlow betting.
I think it's a joke, to tell you the truth. No, I got, well, the guy I'd expect to win the Brownlow medal, if he's not in the top 3, I'd be really surprised, is Gavin Wanganeen from us. And you sit back and you see the things that he does, whether he's crawling on his knees, where he's outrunning someone on his knees, and getting the ball and winning the footy. And it's just a marvel. I actually giggle sometimes on the field because I know if I tried to do it, then I'd be left behind.
Sort of just go out there and do my thing and just try and play as well as I can, and that's it. I'll just go home and try and forget about it all. Can I come in?
Kaza Wanganeen is as stylish as the star, Vogue living that Gavin quickly attributes to his better half. So any of these little object are you picked out yourself, or again it's all your wife's great taste?
Yeah, it's all 70s great taste. So I don't mind the succulents over there, mainly because they come from the desert and you don't have to water them. All right, righty, there we go. Yeah, Mossy. There we go. Come, Bruce.
Daughter Mia is soon to be presented with a little brother. No doubt Bruce, the long-suffering British bulldog, can hardly wait.
In Adelaide here, he gets a bit of TV time because we go down the beach every weekend and he's one of the stars of the show.
Round 18 brought up Gavin's 250th game in a rare injury-free season, and without captaincy constraints, this little maestro is once again mesmerising.
I have made mention that we have to really understand what we're with, a person with that great qualities, because in time he'll retire, and unless you've actually recognised how great he is as he's going, you might actually not appreciate how good he was.
Now the football world sits in judgment on Port's ability to handle the pressure of finals.
We've been lucky enough to get ourselves in a good position, and we look forward to the challenges that lie ahead, and we believe that on our day we're good enough.
250 games plus for Gavin Wanganeen and still dominating the competition. Amazing stuff. Well, Richmond are taking on Hawthorn. Carlton are taking on the Kangaroos while we speak. If you don't want to know those scores, look away now.
Can't you see? Life's easy. You consider things.
That's all for the Holden halftime. 9-point lead to the Crows. Will be set for the second half after the break.
Holden half-time.
They have saved us from destruction. Now it's our turn to save one of them.
Did you do it yourself, Ian?
Yep, that's the problem.
From his own emergency. Mitre 10 presents DIY Rescue, Tuesday on 9.
With the Black & Decker Bullseye, there's no more hit and miss. The stud sensor finds the stud, and you simply hang it on the wall. The laser self-levels, giving you a straight line, first time, every time. Perfect for mounting shelves, dado rails, and artwork. You can even use it outside. With the Bullseye from Black & Decker, there's no more living in a crooked house.
200 of them.
Yeah, there's only 200 premium Widoway blankets at $29.95. Some with $200 tomorrow, $29.95.
See you tomorrow.
Widoway blankets, $29.95. Some with $200. Singles, doubles, queens, kings, $29.95.
See you tomorrow.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry. 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
Looking for new ways to meet people? You'll get 50 free local calls every month and unlimited internet hours when you combine your internet and home phone with Primus Telecom. This is a special offer and conditions apply. Primus Telecom, delivering the real value of communication.
For pure luxury, indulge in fine white gold from Graham's Jewelers Reserve Collection. Like this spectacular white gold necklet with 11 carats of diamonds. An exquisite 1.25 carat combination of round and baguette diamonds. Beautiful European designed white gold anniversary ring. Reserve some time in your life to stand out from the crowd. Graham's Jewelers.
Question. How do you marry a millionaire? Only one man knows the answer.
It's me.
Who will make his final three? Who will go home broken-hearted?
You want to see a girl that's crushed? You got her.
The Bachelor knows, 9:30 Monday on 9.
7 o'clock tonight.
There's just no telling when you'll stumble across your dream home.
Or who shares your dream.
Yeah, nightmares in this room.
Impulse meets reality when Deborah Hutton presents all new Location right after Blitz tonight on 9.
Big crowd, full house here at Amy Stadium for Showdown 14, where the Adelaide Crows lead at halftime by 9 points. Let's go down to the man who's moving beautifully across that turf, James Brayshaw.
Yes, we've got Bishop off for the rest of the game. We understand, boys, he's got a thigh problem, which he brought into the game. Byron Pickett a lot of time on the exercise bike, but he's back out there now. And as we always do, Dwayne and Dennis at Amy Stadium, we try and play the game and find the Little League kiddie that looks like Dermot. Managed to stumble across one there for you.
All right, mate, we'll send down some hairspray for you soon, all right?
Implications for 5 teams. Started the second half on a Sunday afternoon. High bounce. Clark came hard, knocked it down. Stolen away by Schofield. Over the shoulder, got it to Kingsley. Kicks down towards half forward. In fact, it bounces back towards the wings. Dendline going to ground. Got it to Edwards. Concedes. Back to McGregor. Across the body. Good one. Bode running hard. Down towards half forward, Bode. Nobody comes to meet him. Looks towards the middle. Sets it up. Brogan will need to go. Did well. Knocked it down in front. Wanganeen tried to knock it through the oncoming traffic. Thurston's in trouble. Hardwick taken high. Bit lucky there. Rank of conviction. Wanganeen, though, a bit stiff too as he tried to knock it through. But certainly a free kick. Hardwick plays on. The attacking side of the ground. Something new. Carr to Kingsley. That's ambitious. Back to Carr. Okay. Around Perry. Doesn't bounce with too much conviction. Goes down towards half forward. Montgomery. 2 aerialists there. Montgomery and Burton. Burton a bit of recovery. McGregor over the top to Bode. Thought about the hand pass. Well done. Back to Burton on the wing. Looks to half forward. They've got the numbers down there of the power. So he put it on the ground. Good effort too. It bounced over the oncoming pack. Brogan got it to Thurston's. Now Kingsley. Back to Wakeland.
They've been trapped in defence quite a while, Port Adelaide, to start this third term. And Wanganeen won't get a chance to send it forward because the ball scooted away and will get a ball in.
When Carr and Kingsley got close, I thought you were going to accidentally slip into Kingswood, Dennis. The Carr and the Kingswood.
I'm going to write that down, Dermot.
Quick. Big pack here. This will suit the Crows.
Brogan knocked it down, but to John Cock. Sends the Crows inside 50 again. Bouncing ball. Perry coming up. Wanganeen. Got him high.
It just wasn't in his nature.
No, that is very true. Was it high?
It didn't quite
On the left arm, it's a pretty soft one on the left arm. It's the full body belt from front on. Could have done a power of damage had he had a bit of Damien Hardwick going through his blood.
Kingsley attacking side. Now at half-back, Toby Thurston's. And once again, they're held up.
Byron Pickett dreams of situations presenting themselves like that.
Treadray dreams of that. Judging it, taking a good mark, feeding off to Schofield. Chips toward half forward, just over the head of Dew. Rashudo, handball a little too slick. Stolen by Carr. Kick around the body way, way wide. Free kick to the Crows, back pocket out of bounds on the foot.
Change of attitude, though. Power bringing it to this side of the ground now, something they didn't do in the opening term. Massey to Edwards, running from half-back. Kicks up towards the wing. Carey comes on the lead, step for step. Wakeland gets the desired result, puts it across the boundary line.
It's an absolute rarity now, isn't it, to see Wayne on the lead with both hands above the head attempting to mark.
Doesn't happen too often. Thrown in, broken in front, knocks it down. Carr in all sorts of trouble, taking the ground. Slapped out of there by Bode. Stevens backs out. Rashudo hand passes towards the line. Didn't go out. Schofield, some hesitation. Wonderful courage by Burton. That hurt. Came out holding his head. Meantime, Carr absconds. Kicks inside the 50. Smart is down. Then Omar. McLeod in front of Crum. Juggles it nicely. Almost got away. Feeds it back to Massey. A close quarters stand line. Charged down by Stevens, who had him in a tackle from the moment the hand pass was stifled and simply held on for dear life.
Well, have a look at this one. Watch for the knee to the head. Oh, and James Brayshaw, you're about 5 metres away. You would have heard that one rattle him.
Heard it and felt it straight off the ground for Brett Burton.
He's lucky.
Ronnie Burns with the cannon into the side. Rashudo, boundary line. Umpire says throw it in. And Ronnie Burns just
Let's have another look.
pushing his Hardwick into Burton there. Ball back into play. 50 from Port Adelaide's goal. Almost, yes, Rashudo got it to Bode. Now Clark.
Oh, fancy stuff.
Well, dancing at half-back, and the Crows are away. Goodwin, Edwards.
Needed the support running then. There was nothing ahead.
Riley, who replaced Burton moments ago, to Goodwin. Long ball. Perry's on the move. Ball in front of him. Paxman caught over it. Some sort of handball. Kingsley, the sanctuary of the boundary, you would think. Hamill get a ball in. Port Adelaide playing below their best, but the Crows playing for the double chance. A lot of eyes on this game to see where the teams are going to line up to start the finals. Riley, ball through his legs. Carr caught by Rashudo in a similar tackle.
Winning the ball, there's Brett Burton on screen. He'll have a bit of claret coming out of there, one would think. Winning the ball has been business as usual for Adelaide, but they've had their operation when they win it. 6 kicks, 15 handballs already in the third quarter. That is against the way they normally play.
Brogan did well. Got it down to Carter, Wanganeen, Montgomery. Meters in the clear. There's Burgoyne trying to go back to the square. The kick goes in that direction. Will he get there in time? Bounces off his chest, tracks it towards the pocket. Close to the boundary, stopped it brilliantly. Corns falling to the ground, but weight of numbers tell the story. Shirley got the hand pass away. Hacking the path through there is Edwards. Goes with the outside of the boot, clever. Got it to Stengline. Forward of right half back. Looks to half forward. Sets it up. Wrestling behind is Clark. Brogan is there step for step. Carey, indecisive. Wanted to take the man. Hand pass from Wilson. Gathered by Schofield. Got the arms free. Spots Kingsley in the middle. Now he can take it and gallop. Kingsley's away. Has a bounce. Burns comes to him. Kingsley looking to pinpoint the ball. Overcommitted was Smart. Treadway senses that. Plays on. Having taken the mark. Kicks it long. Burgoyne. Oh, wonderful by Port. Wonderful by Port. They wanted to move it despite all the obstacles, and they kept on going.
This is looming as a great matchup here as we look at the down-the-ground shot. It's pretty important that Peter just leads away, and that leaves essentially a one-on-one here, and he's just too good for Shirley. It's only the second contest he's had individually, one-on-one with an incoming ball, and he's marked both of them cleanly.
The margin at 9 points. This to make it 3. Burgoyne gets the goal. His second.
Chartered Accountants bring you another great moment. West Coast Eagle Troy Wilson came to the AFL late in life, but he's made up for lost time, like in round 22 last season when he lined up against the Kangaroos.
Inside 50. Wilson! Mark of the day!
Well, I said he didn't jump all that high, but did he get to sit there? And Mick could do nothing.
Delivered with precision by Chartered Accountants. CA, employ our thinking.
Adelaide by 3 points. Port Adelaide kicking to the scoring end in this third term. Matty Clark, Dean Brogan. Good bounce to restart play. Brogan nicely down to Stevens. Wide to Schofield. Build up nice. High kick. Treadray the target. Getting back, taking a good mark, McGregor.
Bodes on short. Picked up now. McLeod. I mean, that's good by McLeod. He's just directing where to go with the kick.
McGregor, Kingsley won't get there to attempt the mark, doesn't. And in front of Goodwin, the ball is out of play, and we will get a ball in. Port Adelaide have won the last 6 showdowns. They've got a 9-4 record against the Crows.
Amazing record over the last 3 years. They won 51 of 65 home and away games.
Push in the back, Brogan's free. Yes, minor premiers 2 years in a row, and you would think Mark Williams would be named All-Australian coach. You can't do a lot better in home and away rounds, which it's judged on, than hit your team top twice.
Brogan on the outer side then. Backdrop, a sea of faces. Kicks inside the 50. Treadray, juggled attempt, Rashudo. Edwards in trouble. Presence of mind to get it on the boot just outside the 50. Charging in Bode. Trying to back out his due. Couldn't do that, so he decides to wrestle as we go down to James Brayshaw.
Dennis, I don't think Brett Burton liked the taste of that claret because he's been spitting it out for the last 5 minutes, but he's right to come back on.
That was a bad knock.
Could have been really bad, that
Yes.
one.
Just outside the 50. Fairly accidental on Burton. Good bounce too. Coming over the top, Wilson. Missed the footy. Stengline comes away. Very high kick. It'll drop straight down, and that's an interesting mark. He was looking straight ahead, John Cock. Took the mark overhead. He's hurt himself. Gets a hand pass away to Rashudo. John Cock is hurt. He's booted 3 goals. Perry up ahead. Couldn't control it. Wilson gets back.
Half-back flank. Port Adelaide had the reload from here quite often. Peter Burgoyne. Chip kick. And now Schofield down the corridor. Treadray leads. Ball in his direction. Half volley was difficult. Carr, can he pounce? It bounces for him. The leads come inside 50. High kick. Top of the square. Big punch from Shirley. Back of the pack. Kane Corns. Shepherds. Jew sends Port Adelaide to the lead.
So long, mate. You've been bloody good to me. But it's time to move on.
The only thing better than an old Hold'em one-tonner is the new Hold'em one-tonner. The Hold'em one-tonner. It's back.
5 lead changes in this game. Reminiscent of last night at Subiaco Oval. 8-6, 8-3. Port starting to move again. Umpire putting a lot into it. Brogan tries to knock it on. Montgomery went in. Head down was Rashudo. Expect nothing else. Good one taken down by Kingsley. Diving on top was car number 9. His brother in the thick of things last night in that game at Subi. Same Reggio, same attitude. 8-6, 8-3.
Same fuel.
Here's Brogan. Casting the roll of a rover. Kicks inside the 50. Jew was he held, not according to the umpire. Adams was. Advantages paid. Edwards, the good one. Close to the boundary line, or a shootout. Coming up for number 20.
Now, Carey's led up. He's too short now, and Brogan drops over the back for the long one.
Good check.
Yeah, good spotter.
Burton still a bit groggy. Saw 3-footers, marked the one in the middle.
Clark's got a mismatch here. He's only got one of the Burgoyne brothers against him. Goes short to Carey, he's run on. So Clark has got a great matchup. If Perry can move away and give Clark a one out in the goal square.
Carey beyond his range, kicking into the teeth of that breeze. Hoping, waiting.
Let's go!
Encouraging a good lead. Now the play on. Can he prove us all wrong? No, he goes to the top of the square. He goes to Tawney. Good fist away. That was a brilliant piece of work by Carr. Almost as brilliant. Bone! And the Crows are back in front.
Some people see me as debonair, a bon vivant, a sophisticated man about town. But there's another player who fits that category. Crazy John. Like me, he's been around a while and has plenty of experience where mobile phones are concerned. You get the best deal with Crazy John's. He's Australia's best mobile phone retailer. I'm with Crazy. So if you need a mobile, remember, Crazy John's for mobile phones. Call 13 22 99.
Crazy Johns, we love you, mate.
Not often a game lives up to its billing. We've had 3 in 3 days. Friday night, last night, and again this afternoon. 3 points to margin. Brogan knocks it down. Carr controls it. Hand passes out wide. John Cock back into the fray. Went down. Schofield hand passes out wide in turn. Taken by Stevens. 60 metres out. Accelerates now to the 50. Kicks and kicks wonderfully. Oh, you've got to love this.
Oh, you've got to see this again. Yeah, just the balance where he gets past. I think it's Massey makes the diving lunge for him. But just for the last 3 paces, he flattens off in his run and just poises. Balance is beautiful. Starts in the centre circle, runs through. You'll see him cut through the line here, and just goes through. Now watch him as he comes around here. Bit of pace here, just turns Massey, and now just flattens off to the inside. And just what a wonderful kick.
Intoxicating game to watch. Port Adelaide by 3 points a game. Nick Stevens, who missed an easier one in the second term, bounced to set it all up again. Biglands, Stengline, Bode, Goodwin. Throws to half forward. Lead comes from Perry. Paxman side by side. Perry, boundary line. Paxman's got him. Welsh, half caught by Wilson. Keeps it alive. Kick off the ground by Perry. It's into the danger zone. Carey comes hard. He's caught. Good tackle. Shrugged the tackle. Got it out. And that is the game tackle of the day. And we will get another bounce.
Up we go, buddy.
Good to see. Like the game itself. Enjoyable to watch, and neither team giving a millimetre. Bounce, and now Brogan did the ruck work, does the tackling, and we will get another bounces.
It suits the Crows, this. You know that they take the ball away probably 60 to 70% from these bounce downs during a game. They take it away here, it's a shot at goals.
Rashido on top, as you saw in disposals. Well done by Wilson. Puts it to Burgoyne. Gets away. Shadow boxing in the pocket. Burgoyne to halfback. It was a good kick. Hardwick lays it off to Kingsley. Kingsley towards half forward. Oh, wonderful. Full-chested, Nigel Smart. You've seen it before.
He's done a job. Treadway only 8 possessions, Dennis.
Rashudo. Good kick, Carey. Running hard is Massey. Carey thinks about it, pops it to space. Wasn't centimetre perfect. It runs away from Massey and goes out of bounds. That kick needed to be precise. Good hard running by the former Blue. Not rewarded. Boundary throw in just outside the 50. The game in the balance. Port by 3 points. Clears the pack on the breeze. Have to be wary of that. Burgoyne to Carr to Stevens. Treadway, that's better. Takes the mark right on the wing.
It's a good battle, though, between 2 men who, I say the word champions used too often, but I think they justify it. Long kick to half forward. High ball. Another player goes for the mark. McLeod, Edwards, Cockatoo Collins has got him. Handball comes wide. Tawney looks for Carey, gets him. The King on the wing. Biglands. Now Smart. Can he go all the way? He wants to. Shrugs Brogan. High kick inside 50. Chance for the Leapers to go up. Ball sits. Knocked down past Riley. Smart's coming. Hardwick's got him. Gives it to Riley. Slips. Wide handball. Thinking his clear. Kingsley's running down. Umpire says play on. Ball comes through to Goodwin. Can he pick it up? Can he kick the goal? Can he put Adelaide in front with 7 left in the third? He can't. Good tackle by Wilson. And this game has lifted a gear, holding the ball.
What about the kick? This is sensational. Oh, it is as good as it gets.
Improvisation.
Reinventing the wheel this afternoon. Out of the back pocket. Wilson to the outer side. Big grab, Fred Rowe.
We just make mention of how good Smart's going on him. He takes 2 marks within 60 seconds.
Pickett breaks away then. Goes for distance. High ball inside the 50. Burgoyne's are down there. Wade was there as well. Pocket to Collins. Packs it out of mid-air. McGregor. That one.
There's a fair bit of that this afternoon, isn't there? You're going to get the mark, but like the old days, you'll wear one around the ears for it.
What do we call it? Roughage.
Brett Burton coming off.
Coming off the ground, yes, under the blood rule.
Yeah, well,
I think a lingering problem from that clash with Hardwick. And Burns down in front of us a few moments ago. So, some relief. A brief respite. McGregor sucking it in. His side down by 3 points.
Ronnie Burns alongside Burton, who has it coming from the nostrils. As McGregor goes wide to the defensive side. Bigland's over the top. Nice mark.
Now, you've got Brogan up against Clark and Biglands. At some stage, as this game wears on, it's going to take its effect, its toll on Big Brogan, who's had to take on both of them.
Massey. We're about to tick into time on third term. Massey calls for the leads. Now he goes just with a high bomb that holds up in the breeze. Punch comes, Bode crumbs. Wilson tackles. And the umpire, Brett Roseberry, will have to sort it out again with yet another ball up.
I think Brendan Lade is still to come out and give Brogan some relief. He's had a little bit of match time. It's a good jump, this.
Hurt Rashudo in the process, which is pretty difficult to do. Ball close to the boundary line. Peter Burgoyne tries to keep it alive. Umpire said there was no push despite the plead. Rashudo on screen. If you're going to build a footballer from scratch, you'd want to put a little bit of essence of Rashudo in there.
Tossed in. Biglands directs it down. Stolen by Stevens. Going nowhere. Inside 5 minutes till 3/4 time. Port Adelaide lead it by 3. They led by 19 at quarter time, only to trail by 9 at the major break. That has been the scoring end. The Crows will go to it. Well done by Biglands. Knocked it down. Bode was pushed to the back, was he? He's going to get the free kick about 65 metres out from goal. Awkward spot, though. The breeze will affect the kick. Lucky to get it halfway from here. In he comes. They'll compete about 35 metres out. Brogan came back with courage. Edwards got through with speed and kicks it hard. Got to take your half chances in a game like this.
That was, Byron came up over the top at the boundary line, at that bounce down, and you'll see Brett Biglands put the hand to the head. He went for he was the second man up, Byron, and went for the big fist, and just, he clipped Brett on the way through, so Rashudo just said, cut that out, mate.
Wanganeen flies. No mark, Perry the crumb. Bode, Kingsley, Perry again, just chips it, massages it inside 50 and Hardwick takes the mark at half-back. Port Adelaide want to come to the open attacking side. Rashudo off. Wanganeen, you can hear Welshie from umpire Andrew Coates. There were three stooges in that Rashudo tap for the head, damn it.
If only he put the open hand up to the middle of the nose.
Could have protected his eyes. Got this Larry.
Wise guy.
Wanganeen wide. Montgomery takes the mark at half-back for Port Adelaide. Took a couple of years off football to concentrate on his cricket. Did Brett Montgomery. He's glad he's come back to the oval ball game. High kick to the wing. Cockatoo Collins. About to send Port Adelaide to half forward. Lurking Schofield. 60 from goal. Centering pass. Kane Corns there. Ball dumped clear of him. Players come hard. Good commitment. Treadray threads the handball through. Kane Corns, Pickett. Byron should finish it. Goes over the top. Jew straight through.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry. 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
Well, Pickett was terrific. He started that on the wing. He was third in line. Got to the front of the pack, as they say. A couple of pros were in the van. They saw Pickett and quickly moved the van. There's the bounce, knocked down by Biglands. Bickley goes after it again on all fours.
For a kick there, it was like stuttering, wasn't it? Just couldn't make up his mind.
Not surprisingly, really. So much happening so quickly out there. Rashudo takes his seat. 21 possessions. Over the top, Bigland stumps it down. Bickley giving no quarter. Cochrane collides with Hardwick. Bickley came again. Going back is Kingsley. Rode a bump. Was that too high? I would have thought so. Did he? Rode goes after it. And there's going to be a free kick to the man at the bottom. That's Kingsley. Is that a belated free?
Yeah.
It is.
He thought of the advantage but gave it up.
Umpire's got a sense of humour. Wasn't his strong. Hardwick. Wilson. Goes across the ground. Cockatoo Collins. Cochrane running hard. Can take it and go. Awkward bounce. Arriving quickly out there was Carey. Well played by the King. Dragged down. Hand pass out of bounds. Deliberate, says the umpire. Carey doesn't bother pleading his case. Short one is on to Schofield.
From here, they've tried to isolate Kane Corns and McLeod, because McLeod not competitive overhead, but when it hits the deck, he's all right like this.
Wanganeen almost. McLeod mopped it up. Back to Bickley, who spent some time on the bench this afternoon. Wakeland all the way down to the wing. Bolts it takes. Shea Cockatoo Collins. Check it. And it'll go to Wayne Carey. Well,
didn't disguise it. I mean, he knew what he was doing, and you'd let him off if he could just give the umpire something to hang the hat on. Just didn't disguise it.
Massey to Burns. Crows can make them pay for that. High inside 50. Welsh has got a couple to beat. Paxman. And now Port Adelaide on the rebound. Montgomery. Riley didn't really come back to the mark, but he goes around the corner towards Treadray. Good spoiled by Smart. Picked up by Schofield. Free man on his Wanganeen. Minute on the clock. Wanganeen with the ball. Runs to 50. Gets the kick away. And it's wide.
Just see then when Tyson Edwards went for the chase on Wanganeen, he's actually running to the boundary to come off. And he turned around and looked and thought, no, the ball's going to Wanganeen. He's turned back onto the ground to run and chase him down. He's off now, Tyson Edwards, who was actually engaged in making the change. Burton coming on for him.
McLeod for distance to the outer side.
Don't let it down.
Burns and Jew. Burns eventually did okay. McGregor looked a bit pressure to me. Short one to Bode, who's been wonderful in this term. Close to the boundary line. Bode off his step towards hung forward. Tawney and Welsh are there for the Crows. Fisted away by Hardwick though. Down in front, Burgoyne. Kicks back towards half forward. Great opportunity, we're down to 20 seconds. Jew steps inside the 50. Launches one and misses. Wow. A couple of golden opportunities have gone begging. Wanganeen and then Jew.
We've had a couple of changes of the lead in this third quarter. It's just about even at the moment. 3 changes of the lead in the third quarter. 10 points the difference. And it's just about even, considering the carry of the ball is going a lot further to the left-hand side of the screen.
McLeod high to the defensive side. Kingsley with the flight. That's mark of the afternoon.
Wonderful.
He's playing for a spot in the team, in essence. Adam Kingsley was an emergency this afternoon. Came in late as the siren sounds to stop any chance of a score. came into this team late with Roger James and Chad Corns both pulling out. Shea Cockatoo Collins, the other emergency, coming in. But Port Adelaide at the last break have a 10-point lead. The Crows might come home with a slight breeze. Big last quarter coming up to end this chase for spots in the 8. Port Adelaide 10-8, 68. Adelaide 9-4, 50.
This news break is brought to you by the bank that helps more South Australians own their home than any other lender.
Good afternoon. 19 people have now been arrested over that car bomb in Iraq that killed more than 80 people. Officials say the suspects have admitted having links to Al-Qaeda. More than 100 other people were injured when the bomb exploded outside a shrine in the holy city of Najaf. And the federal government plans to outlaw the use of words mild or light on cigarette packets. It also hopes to ban cigarette vending machines. And Stella McCartney, the daughter of former Beatle Paul, has tied the knot. Guests included Madonna and Kate Moss. See you soon.
Come behind closed doors, exposing the last taboo, the sports hero who turned into a monster.
I need help.
And how Jamie Dury built his $1 million empire. And I love it. 60 Minutes, tonight.
South Australia's finest Valencia orange is only $1.99. That's for a 3-kilogram bag. Peaches, $2.99, $2.99. I'd grab a handful if I was you. Tomatoes, they call them the love apples. South Australia's very own. Mwah! Beautiful. There's one for you, sir. Take a 5 for $1. Onions, $1.99. $1.99 for a kilogram of onions. Make you cry today. They'll make you laugh at the price. I'm going to throw them out for 99 cents. What the heck? I'm feeling generous today. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Many more specials in store. Come on inside and see the many bargains. Broccoli. Who doesn't love that?
The best quality range of outdoor furniture. No one gives you more than the Outdoor Shop. The only special store, the Outdoor Shop. We're the #1 outdoor, the Outdoor Shop.
Looks good, Jared.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Nobody loves chicken more than me.
No, love is my chicken pizziola. Tender strips of chicken, spicy pepperoni, tangy marinara sauce topped with melted cheese.
Could you love anything more than this chicken?
With the Black & Decker Bullseye, there's no more hit and miss. The stud sensor finds the stud, then you simply hang it on the wall. The laser self-levels, giving you a straight line, first time, every time. Perfect for mounting shelves, dado rails, and artwork. You can even use it outside. With the Bullseye from Black & Decker, there's no more living in a crooked house.
Ray's Outdoors, come see what we've got. From tents to clothes and boots, we've got the lot right now. Ray's Outdoors have arrived in Adelaide with a huge warehouse sale at 52 Light Square. Massive savings on tents, outdoor clothing, footwear and camping gear. You'll save heaps with Ray's Outdoors. Anything for outdoors, fashion or pleasure, it's your one-stop shop with gear for your leisure. Tents, clothes, barbecues, we've got the lot. Ray's Outdoors, come see what we've got.
Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, Space Cowboys premieres tonight.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by the all-new Holden 1-tonner, Sky City Adelaide and Chartered Accountants.
As we watch Mark Choco Williams go through the rundown with his boys there, what he wants from them in the last quarter. Gary Ayres has done the same at the other end. Tyson Edwards just instructing him. He started in the back line and has stayed there all day. Brilliant player. And one bloke who is brilliant of his own nature is James Brayshaw, but we'll get to him in a second after we go to the look-away scores. If you don't want to know the scores from the other games, look away now. Well, I loaded the gun. I wasn't ready to pull the trigger. I am now. James Brayshaw.
Thanks, Dermot. Interesting way the two coaches went about it. Choco Williams says, I want the first goal to bury this mob. Gary Ayres pulled them all in, said half an hour of footy, and we'll be back here against them next week.
Thanks, JB. This is the last 30 minutes of footy for Nine's Wide Wellness Sports, Dennis, and it's probably going to be one of the... That's this season. And it promises to be an absolute beauty.
There we go, Derm. The makeup of the 8 decided by the next 30 minutes, and Port Adelaide with the takeaway. Peter Burgoyne rolls it to Treadway, off the shoulder to Kane Corns. He rolls it inside 50 towards goal. Wanganeen comes hard. Can't get there to pick up. Sean Burgoyne through traffic, threads the handball out. Byron to Gavin, and he spins it around and kicks it out of bounds on the full. There's an anticlimax.
That is very rare, isn't it? You're 12 metres out, and the shot misses by 15. It's missed by more than...
Hard to do.
The distance required.
Off fingers, obviously. Or was it? Or did it just hit the line? It's a ball in regardless. Carr down to Schofield. Now Edwards. He toward the boundary line, but cut off by Stevens. About to send Port Adelaide back into attack. Goes back to Lade. Doesn't know he's hot. Well, she's got him. Oh, he gave him a stiff arm, and he got it too high.
Lade, very lucky. 65 metres out. It drops on that breeze, as you can see. Close to be as in front, surely was. Takes the mark. 10 points the margin. So many eyes around the league on this one. So much riding on it. Kick to the outer side. Lade again goes up and claims it.
Fresh ruckman. Haven't touched the ball yet. Just the one kick for the Adelaide Crows. Just the one kick in the back line from Shirley. Haven't had any handball touch, run past this last quarter yet.
Very static forward line. Lade told to hurry up. And he comes then. Picks well inside the back. Smart played it pretty well. Treadway goes on to apply the tackle. McGregor squirming. Headed to him, says the umpire. Well, nobody was down there with him. They were standing above him. One of those grey ones. Knocked down by Treadway. Out of defence, the high ball by Burton close to the boundary line. It bounces out.
Caught one high earlier. Bleeding from the nostrils, but okay now. Brett Burton. Full house here in bright sunshine, and they may be here again next week. Ball knocked back out of play, and we'll get another ball in.
Got to go out on the full.
Umpire explaining that the ruckman, if they knock it toward the boundary, can have a free kick against them if it goes over the line on the full.
Schofield been taken away from Matthew Bode. Look at this, Matthew Bode on the right-hand side of the boundary line thrown. Clark will aim for him.
Paul Roos, one of the men here in the crowd, and will play Port Sydney if Port win. Carr around the body, centering kick, high kick, Wanganeen. Can't quite bring a mark down. Through traffic, Tawney, he's caught. Umpire will bounce it. 10-point lead to Port. Adelaide with the breeze.
It's a wonderful game, isn't it? Spectacular. Gavin Wanganeen. There's the dance. Conquering over the top. Straight to Smart, though. To midfield. Kingsley got a fist on it. Pickett has it. Clever. 75 metres out. Spots a man down towards the pocket. Montgomery. Montgomery is marked. 25 metres out.
We might just go down to James Brayshaw for this one. You've been down there, James. You've walked the ground, and you'd only be 20 metres out, but because of the wind, this is a tough kick.
Very tough. Got to start right of the goalpost, I would have thought, Dermot.
Right at the goalpost. So you give the goals away, as they say in golf. Well, I don't say that. Give the hole away. You know what we mean.
Yeah.
How big is this kick in Perth? in New South Wales and Victoria. Montgomery kicks and kicks truly. That'll make it tough.
Catch all the footy action on the big screen at Sky City Adelaide.
2 goals to Montgomery. 74 to 58.
McLeod into the middle now for the first time today.
A ton of time, and you've got to play it like there's no tomorrow. Ball in the middle. Stengline, Rashudo, always plays like no tomorrow. No one to really go to. Chips it wide. Bode runs onto it nicely.
It's a great second half for Matthew Bode. He's had Schofield taken away from him.
Stengline. Adelaide, no. Every foray into attack, crucial. They want to set it up.
Oh, well done,
Goodwin
Carey.
flies, not the mark. Carey the crumb. Great tackle by Carr.
You've just got to explain that, Dwayne, about the
Free kick against Perry. And it comes down to these things.
Yeah.
The little things of footy.
He did so well. He just recognised that Goodwin had the run and sit, so he kept his opponent grounded. Perry just thought, well, his boots going where they should. It's just silly, man.
Oh, on the same wavelength as the umpire. Hardwick out of defence then. Will it get there in time? Yes, it will. To Kingsley, just shy of the wing.
Lade pushes forward from here.
11-8, plays 9-4. Kingsley's been good. Taking plenty of time.
Perry being taken off for that indiscretion.
Kingsley then, along the boundary line. They compete about 5 metres in. Rashudo almost. Spills across the line though. What a story. Salisbury throw in. The Clouds off the ground.
Straight down the race.
Headed for the rooms, right. Clark brilliantly. Bode had it stifled though by Schofield. Ricochets across the car. Centering kick. Contest about 25 out. Jew came strongly to Pickett across the body. Pickett! He's kicked it. Alarm bells sounding for the Crows.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry. 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
They came coming from all directions for Byron Pickett halfway through this season. He has shown them what delicate, precise and beautiful skills he's got. Clark out of the middle, wide ball, bouncing ball, Stevens' ball. Port Adelaide with a 22-point lead as takes them on. Peter Burgoyne back again with a handball. Stengline towards Carey. Can the King do something to inspire? Squeezes his way through traffic.
Goodwin's on.
And Goodwin is open and free. 45 from goal. Runs to 30 and kicks. He's kicked it. Don't give them up yet.
We need to grow. I'm just not sure how to go about it.
All right, well, let's have a look at the options.
When it comes to business thinking, chartered accountants have the superior training and business experience to guide your business in the right direction.
How big do you want this to be?
How big?
Yeah.
So the margin back to 16 points. High bounce. Up early was Clark. Edwards controlled it pretty well. Goes to Clark again. Spots a man wide. Burton is running. Kicks with a probing kick. Well inside the 50. Batsman. Well played. edging Biglan's under the footy. They can't shut up shop just yet. Port Adelaide, a long time to go. What an amazing season, coming down to the last few minutes of the last game in the last round. Paxman goes out wide. Burton to his own advantage, through his legs, but to no one in particular. Montgomery falling to the ground, got boots of ball. Well played out there, just knocked away by Massey. Boundary throw in right on the wing.
Well, they kicked 6 goals with the breeze. The end they're going to now in the second quarter, the Crows. They've got 1 so far with it. Can they add on another 3 or 4?
Blade works in front, stolen by Massey, dragged down. Burgoyne against the flow, got it away to Carr. Carr to Wanganeen, back towards Carr. Knocks it forward, trapped by Shirley.
Burton from the wing. High kick, hoping for Bickley. Is it out of bounds on the full? It is. Free kick, Peter Burgoyne. Dangerous kick, open kick. Kingsley waits under it. Welsh comes hard. 6 of one half, a dozen of the other. No, it's a Welsh mark. Big call. Scotty Welsh. Crows leading goal kicker back in 2000 when he kicked 47.
Open goal square.
Goes long. Carey, the go-to man, has got it.
This is going to be a tough game. I mean, there's no easy kicks there. I mean, the scoreboard pressure, the pressure of the game situation itself, but the wind element thrown in on top of it. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he got hands first to it. Did he control it in the true sense? And Carey's kick here, he's been kicking today, his shots at goal or his field kicking has been bending as he looks at it, right to left. Now, that'll make it a tough kick as he gets some advice from Dr. Zeus in the background.
This kick to cut it back to 10 points. He's a big game play away, Carey. What a time to kick your 700th goal. He's missed. Oh, he liked it. A lot of Crows behind the goals liked it. Port Adelaide fans perhaps liked it most.
Margin 15 points. Kingsley, will it get there in time? No. Burton on the angle, knocked it away, couldn't keep it in. Stretching every sinew, and he's got a few. Brett Burton.
They have a dip, don't they?
Yeah, they're terrific. Both great clubs. Boundary throw in. Clark, beaten by Lade. To no one apart from Edwards. Close to the boundary line, pulls it back in front Hardwick. Where will he go now? Thought about it. Probably not the time.
The free play is out this side of the ground as he looks at it. The safety is long to the left.
Yes. Here's Carr. They'll almost give you this side, won't they, Adelaide? Hoping to win it on the second possession.
Well, they want you to kick to a contest.
Kingsley, but for the moment at least, Port haven't blinked around the outer side. Burgoyne to his own advantage and again. Very athletic. Look at him go. Burgoyne down towards the 50. Pulls it back. Wonderful vision. Bounces it to Montgomery. Don't know he needed that. Treadwell to the square. Oh! Did he get put to ball? Hold your breath now. Didn't need the hand pass. Montgomery should have turned around and kicked it. Missed it by quite a distance.
Long kick into the open, attacking side, finds Biglands.
2 opportunities there. Warren could have kicked the goal himself also.
Yeah.
McGregor calls for a wide bouncing ball. With him Wilson. Well played, Wilson. Now Stevens loops it to Jude Cochrane. Long kick. Tredray's on the move. Can he get there? Yes. He knew he was the one that had to go. He gives to Pickett. High kick. Burton's ball.
Now they're on.
They are. Edwards is free with a paddock. Drops it. Still got a paddock and has Bow. Can bounce the wing if he wants to.
Perry's back on up the ground, so they've got a new target as well.
He goes in the Carey direction and the King. Maybe too far out to score. Perry calls for it back in the goal square. Stengleins there too. Good effort by Lade. Not paid. Kick by Perry across the face. And is it out of bounds on the full? Umpire says no.
What about Carey now? The King is on the move, taking up the frustrations maybe of the last couple of seasons.
14 possessions to Wayne Carey, 5 marks. He's finding it.
Laid, fingertips to it. Welsh out of the pick. It's on now.
The biggest September action won't be happening here. It'll be here. With a massive 30 months interest-free. Bring the footy finals home on a new TV. Pay no interest for 30 months on lounges, dining and beds. And pay no interest until 2006 on fridges, washers, hi-fis and computers. But hurry. 30 months interest-free at Radio Rentals and Homeco must end grand final day. Now that's big!
Back to the margin it was at three-quarter time. Welsh put it there. 10 more minutes worth of opportunities to play their way to the double chance, the Crows. Ball knocked down by Lade to Carr. Kick to half forward. Good punch due. High kick Massey straight up in the air. Umpire said play on. Pickett plucked it. Runs inside 50. Sprints away and drives it home. Byron, big time.
Just had a look over the shoulder, and a couple of times today he's had the opportunity to assess the pace of Chris Massey. When he saw it was Massey, knew he had him covered, and just said, I'll back myself in here to get to about 20 metres, take the wind element out of it. And watch him here on the ISO cam. Now, he'll spring out the back door here with it. Now he's had a quick look there. By the time he's kicked it, he's further away from his opponents than when he gathered it in.
Look at that. The sweet stress of success.
Good to see.
13-9, 11-5.
You're good at the takeaways, Adelaide. Still danger for Port.
Clark and Lade. Clark decisively. McLeod took a long time. Back towards Clark. Corn's got a kick away. Burton kicks it straight up in the air. Good commitment from everybody. Down goes Bickley. Picking his pocket. Burgoyne. Interesting. He moved the shells too quickly for Stingline. Kicks it down towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Stevens. Bounces to his feet. He's 60 metres out, goes to space. Either one at two, Montgomery.
Running hard forward now. Power. Just finding space. Gary Ayres on screen.
He's a little wider this time than his last kick. And probably, because of those 10 metres to his right, needs to give the goals away this time. A little finer, and needs to kick hard.
Just edging his way back around as he's pretending to ask and be sincere about it. Just edges a bit to the left as he motions down that way.
That says it all. He understands. Now he's locked in. Montgomery kicks. He's kicked it to a nicety. Cut back.
Tonight, it's monster trucks down under. You can just smell the testosterone. Look at the muscle. Look at the air they're getting. Hang on a minute. Hold it, Rodeo. What the?
The bigger, tougher, all-new V6 Rodeo.
What seems to be the problem?
I love this job.
3 goals to Montgomery, and we are back to the biggest lead of the game. 22 points. Laid in the ruck. Brogan being rested. Stingline couldn't get the kick that found a target. Montgomery somehow knew that Wanganeen was there. Dangerous kick, though. Stingline allows Tawny to pick up. He was facing the right way, didn't kick it so well. John Cock up. Wanganeen McCrum goes backwards and cleverly finds Montgomery again, and Port Adelaide are away. Peter Burgoyne just holds it up. He's got the free-man car working wide for him. And he plays on. Before Carey was coming at him, he was just trying to take steps without making a noise, was Wayne Carey, and he caused the turnover. Burton has it at half-back.
Across it comes to Riley. Rashudo to Shirley at centre half back to Smart into stop and gather. Bode is running now. Goes with the left boot down towards the pocket, and Perry through his fingertips. At number 2 on 1. Takes it to the boundary. Paxman wants to go there too. And across the line. 7 minutes to play, and the margin has blown out to 22. And that look tells you a fair bit.
That would have corresponded with the drop mark of Ian Perry, I would imagine.
Throw in, 40 metres out from goal. Wade will get the free kick. He was in front. Spot to be. Now that throw from the boundary by the boundary umpire, coming back right into the teeth of the breeze. You can't be behind. The boundary throw-ins down there. And Lade reaps the benefit.
Clock ticking, almost like a time bomb now for Adelaide. And Lade makes them wait painfully.
He's got a little short on, just straight out to the left. He's taking too long to find it. Crows man it up, he'll go down the line.
Called to play on, goes wide and high. The leapers come, and Smart's fist wins out.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is a tactic from Mark Williams, to actually make the umpire call play on. So you really milk the clock. He was talking about using some tactics today. And then it's been predetermined it will be a long kick right on the boundary.
Mark Williams has sent Port Adelaide to the top of the ladder again this season. Knows he needs to finish it off. Wangani. Left foot kick around the body. Schofield waits. Bode comes at him and thumps it across the line, and the clock stops on 6:16. The Swans will finish 4th, get the double chance. Play Port Adelaide here if the Power win this one. Otherwise, Adelaide will play Port Adelaide again.
The Bombers will be on the road. Schofield appear to be taken high. The kick certainly is that. Going back, missed by Rashudo. Collides with Bode. Welch's hand pass, a good one. McLeod gets through. Question of accuracy. Lines up. Hasn't had the best of days. He's kicked the goal. They've still got a pulse.
Now, this puts a totally different slant on it. Yeah, they do have the pulse now. Reason being, when the player came off the ground, he ran straight up the race about 10 minutes ago, and I thought, perhaps he's just finished for the day. He's got a niggle or a pain or something like that. He's going to have no effect on the game from here in. But that one there, it's a mongrel kick that made its way home. But he still found the gap, and that was one that Damien Oliver would say, yeah, the gap was there, and I'm taking on board. He put the whip, gives it the point. Now, if he can find the ball in the last, well, how long we got? 5.5, 6 minutes going. If he can find it 5 times and burst in play like that, they are still in with a real chance.
16 points the margin. Wanganeen, little fumble. Rashudo, hard. Hardwick just as hard. Wanganeen again. Free kick to Wanganeen. Got a push.
Running forward again. Already Lade's on the move.
You can get one of those if you put your nose over it. Long to Lade. Does well on Bickley. Had the reach. Had the weight advantage. Goes with the pass. Long. Hoping for Sean. Burgoyne. Strength of hands. And if he sinks the boot through this ball well enough, it might be a small boot sunk into the hopes of Adelaide finishing 4th.
Needed to take the arms there, didn't he?
Yeah.
A live wire forward. He was the quickest of all the players at the draft camp the year before he was drafted.
Interesting, Montgomery went across and had a word. Of course, he knows this area. He was there moments ago. He ran 30 metres to have a word to Burgoyne. But it's in, I think, just outside the right post.
Cheers in the background. Lade coming off. Good performer. Brogan replaces him. But all eyes on this kick. Starts it right. Brings it back. It drifts across the face. Could be a tread mark. Haven't seen much of him all afternoon. And the Port fans say, nice to see you now, Warren.
Took it here, dives across there. That's it.
Ripped up. And Smart has a go at spoiling. It just goes for the open slap, trying to force it through. But he's taken his 9th mark now. That's crept up there.
9 marks.
And it's not a big outing for Warren, is it?
No.
That's the standards we judge him by now. Pack mark, close to goal. worth its weight in gold. Yeah, McLeod, only the 11 disposals today, last one being a goal, only 13. Only 13 last week for McLeod. One doubts whether he can, after this kick, find the ball 4 or 5 times between now and final siren.
24 minutes on the clock, final term. This will make it tough for Adelaide.
Ooh.
Well, we'll wait on the umpire. He doesn't like it. He's given it away. It's a behind. Crows, you've got a pulse. At least have some people working on them to get one back.
They need to move and quickly. Under 4 minutes. Rashudo takes on all comers to the attacking side of the ground. McGregor's got it. Runners inside. Young Riley, a Victorian, caught up in all of this. Goes for distance down towards half-court. Carey holding onto an arm down there. Kingsley goes back. Ran into a dead end. Ball up. That ball could be deflated. Perry was coming up. Kingsley just... Oh, look at that. No prior opportunity.
Good solid tackle. Once again, a lot of niceness in it.
Yes.
Ooh.
Whistle, free kick to the Crows. Free kick to the Crows. 40 metres out. A Shepherd.
Shepherd fights.
Well, will he find it 4 or 5 times between that mark a couple of minutes ago and the final siren? Kicks truly back to 11 points.
And plenty of time. Plenty of time for 2 goals. McLeod
hasn't kicked well today.
Steps inside the 50. Starts it right. No hope to come back from out there and misses. Lucky lot off. A couple of the Port players go across the cane corns and give him a rummage of the hair.
Well, his father coached the opposition for 4 years, cane corns. Chad not playing this afternoon as the kick-in is precise. And Wakeland takes it on the boundary line at half-back.
Yeah, he's got a lot of footy under his belt. He will take an eternity to kick this.
We'll see if Dennis's theory is correct, that he will wait until the umpire says play on.
2:35, he got the ball out?
No.
12 seconds.
Chips it wide, and the mark taken.
He will.
Give me another chance.
Give me another chance. We'll see here. We'll just listen to the umpire, Andrew Coates.
He's gone back. He's gone back so he could clear them out on the mark because he was walking too slowly. He kicks it up towards the wing. From behind, Biglands, Burton, McLeod, inside the last 2 minutes, and that's a timely mark, Schofield. He will milk the clock. Wait for the umpire again to tell him a little false start. Look at the coach. He's on the line. Here's Wilson. Port and the Crows, not exactly 2 lost souls in a fishbowl year after year, but under a lot of scrutiny in another game that will be dissected.
Let's go, let's go!
I don't think I need a lifeline. I think I'm spot on. I'll stay with that answer.
He's just running over the same old ground.
1.5 minutes left. For football fans and Pink Floyd fans. 94 to 78. You hear the play on for the umpire. Port Adelaide knew coming into this one they would finish top as Kingsley marks it. Minor premiers. But Adelaide now, even though they'll still get a home final, it will be an elimination final they will be playing in. Port Adelaide will play the Swans in the first final for them next week. Peter Burgoyne.
They've done it well. They've done it very well. The ball's been out there for 2.5 minutes. It's basically moved forward 50 metres, backwards 45 and forward 30 metres, and they've gobbled up 2.5 minutes.
Peter Burgoyne, who missed those 3 weeks as the crash test dummy for the spear tackle. Picked up by Big on skips to McLeod, but we're just playing our time now. Riley. Long kick. High kick. Welsh. Up against Peter Burgoyne. 50 metres from goal. Knocks it out. You will hear an almighty roar coming up. Johncock tucked into the boundary line. Threads the handball through traffic. Still life, they believe, the Crows. Still trying. They pump it forward. McGregor won't take it in. That's appropriate. That is appropriate for the man who has had one of the great seasons in his career that might even win this year's Brownlow medal has the ball when it ends. Gavin Wanganeen take a foul. Port Adelaide take one as one.
Well, they did it hard, Port Adelaide. It's a 16-point win, but it was a whole lot closer than that. That end up until three-quarter time. The end to the left-hand side of the screen had yielded 15 goals and only 4 at the other. And they had to defend that, and they did it in grand style. Byron Pickett put the icing on the cake in the last quarter. Warren Treadrade, we thought he was quiet. He sneaked back up there by the end of the game. Another big game for him. Wayne Carey.
I've got to say too, Jim, I think it's a good result for footy. I don't think back-to-back weekends of double derbies would have been the thing. No, really, I think this is a good result.
Yep.
I know the Crows fans won't think so, but
yep.
Suddenly we've got a different mix.
Both sides went inside their forward 50 on 48 occasions, so Port Adelaide Power much more efficient.
Could still have a derby or a showdown come that last Saturday in September anyway.
That'll be okay.
Wouldn't that be unbelievable? Speaking of unbelievable, Byron Pickett turned another one on today. Early he was sensational, came back to ice the game. He is with James Brayshaw.
Thanks for that, Dermot. Certainly iced it at the end there, Byron, and celebrated as well. Must have felt great.
Yeah, it's always good to show. It's my second one, but now I know what the crosstown rivals is something special.
And a nice moment there with your former teammate Wayne Carey.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since he's been over here, so it's good, just go up and shake his hand and say hello. And yeah, that was good.
Big September for you now. You've had one with the Kangaroos, now with...
Yeah, looking forward to the finals. I really hope I can bring something to the team. A bit of leadership, experience maybe. But yeah, I think the boys love beating them, so it's good.
Well, they're waiting for you to get over there, mate, so go and enjoy it.
Thanks.
David Arnfield, the runner in the middle of the Port Power players, just getting them together. Arnie, as they call him, they love him. He's been at the club since he was a pup. His family lives next door to Albertson, the home of Port Power, and he gets them together, does David Arnfield, as one. You would think they're a little wiser this year going into the finals, a little more experience.
Just tuning into the dialogue there between the guys. And remember, they'll move forward and look to next week. Byron Pickett, incidentally, 3 goals, 18 disposals, 10 kicks, 8 handballs. Was fantastic for the afternoon. And, well, they've been here before. They've got the experience under their belt now. They've gone out in pretty quick style in the last 2 final series. There's a steely resolve about this group this season. They'll get a home final. They'll get a double chance. And how far they go from here is totally into their hands.
Well, doing it without their captain at the moment as well.
It all went amiss to them, didn't it, with that home final last year?
Yeah.
Just put them at odds with the Lions, and suddenly it became unwinnable. And you wouldn't think they would make the same mistake against Sydney.
And I know we might not have the finals on 9, but isn't it going to be a magnificent final series that is going to take place across the next month?
Super. Absolutely. Port Adelaide, who have stood out this season at the top of the ladder, clearly the best team. Then you've got 2nd to 8. Everybody's 1 or 2 wins within each other, so it's just a great evenness across the competition for finals. 48,131 saw the Port Adelaide Power win Showdown 14 by 16 points, 14-10, 94 over the Adelaide Crows, 12-6, 78.